What's good, family? Back with another interview. Today we got one of my favorite people in the world, dude, the extremely, ridiculously funny, amazingly talented people of the parallel. Let's get him on the screen.
Boo! What's up, man?
What's good, homie?
I'm gonna do a quick repeat. Got my It's a Rap gear on right now for this interview.
That's what's up.
That's
what's up. Got that drip, boy.
That drip. How you doing, man? We finally connect after all this time, huh?
This has been a long time coming. This is long overdue.
Yeah.
So, how's your week been going, man? How's your week going?
It's going good. Just just trying to get organized. I don't know what it is, but every time a new year starts, the organization, everything gets all jacked up. So I have to find a way to get back into the groove. You know what I mean? And I don't know what I think it's like the holidays. I get this thing called the holiday blues, where I got most people get really excited during the holidays. I get kind of the opposite, where I kind of just too much love going around and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's I guess really it's like a energy draining. There's a lot of stuff going on during the holidays, and so after all that stuff's done, then I kind of have this funny little phase in the first of January, and then I start getting back into the groove of things, and it starts flowing better.
Yeah. Can you hear that beeping in the background?
Yeah, I can.
I wonder what that is.
Let me see. Oh, let me see.
Oh, sorry about that.
It's all good.
I have a new alarm set just in case because I work swing shifts. So
yeah,
sometimes I sleep late, and I got a new alarm set, and it was just telling me that it was going off. Saint said your setup is outrageous. What's good, Saint? Thanks for pulling up, fam. I
appreciate it. I saw this guy's interview last week. That was a dope interview.
Cool. Yeah, man. That's one of my homies, man. He's doing his thing. He supports everybody, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We checked out. We was checking out some of your music on the live streams, and everybody was digging it, man. They love the different sounds, and you got a lot of different stuff, man. Tell me about that, dude. Tell me about that. What's your umbrella genre? I guess.
Shit, man. Basically it all started with hip hop. I mean, I did breakdance and I graffitied from 6th grade till end of high school. So I was already real deep into hip hop growing up, you know what I mean? And when I was 17 years old, we got this program called Acid 5.0, and we just started making hip hop songs, you know what I mean? Then we got a little Akai 16 track, 12 track I think it was, and we used to just record in the bathroom and shit, and that's what I did forever. I did that till about 2004. All types of underground Chicago hip hop, bunch of dudes, some wild dudes, and it's good stuff, man. But for some reason, when you get really deep into one thing, for me, I'm always down to do all types of shit. You know what I mean? And so what happened was, I was always in these situations where I also grew up too listening to Billy Joel and shit too, man. So you have to understand a lot of the people that I was friends with kind of had a one mindset kind of attitude. You know what I'm saying? But when we made music together, it wasn't like that. And so we'd always get in these little funny arguments because we used to sample a lot, and we go to libraries and we bring home 100 CDs of shit from you couldn't even imagine stuff from what's that dude's name, man? Otis Redding, from A to Z. You know what I mean? Just anything we can grab our hold of. And we were sitting in the room one night and we were drinking and we were like, man, don't you think it's kind of funny how all we talk about and do is rap, but we sample from all time, from heavy metal shit, everything from A to Z, you know what I mean? And so I started just dabbling because I didn't want to sample anymore. I want to make my own samples. And so I started playing the guitar at 21 and practicing piano and doing handing exercises and stuff. So I try to really cut 10 years off of practice time. That makes sense, you know what I mean? So I just got all these these little virtuoso practice things, and I spent a whole 2 years in a garage just practicing scales and doing all types of crazy stuff over and over and over again. And so I just mastered it so I could do all types of crazy stuff that sounds like samples, but it's not. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but I guess you could say the umbrella thing, dude, is I guess that I was making this hip hop stuff, and I was finding it real hard to these verses. You know what I mean? Like, I was really good with the wordplay and stuff like that, but it started getting to be more of like I've always felt it, man, hip hop. I've always felt it regardless, and I'll still feel it to the end of the day. But the problem was I wanted to say weird shit. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't really jive well with the guys that, that I hung out with and that, I first started recording with. It was mostly about street shit when I was growing up, you know what I mean? The stuff that we were doing, we were playing around and stuff and real aggressive, you know what I'm saying? But I wanted to say like weird shit. Like, you've heard that. I like corn stuff. You see what I'm saying?
Corn, yeah.
And I don't know why. I mean, I have no idea why, but like when Eminem first came out with that weird shit, like my mind was blown. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, you can say this shit. You know what I mean? So, it's like, but also too, man, like I also come from like different backgrounds that's might be, I didn't come straight from the streets. It wasn't always like, I mean, it wasn't like I was that guy who was on the other side of the tracks that gravitated over to the other side of the tracks where I didn't belong. You see what I'm saying? And I played around over there, and I was always lucky enough to go hop on the other side of the tracks again at the end of the day. You see what I'm saying? And so I think that is, like I said, there's I had white friends, Mexican friends, South Americans, European, Russian, A to Z. And so we all impacted each other on millions of different levels. You know what I'm saying? But when it came to music, I just stuck out like a sore thumb, and I just wanted to do started doing a bunch of rock and roll, you know what I mean? Like, so I was always like, I'm like an actor in a way, I'll change my whole steez just to get into the whole entire situation. See what I'm saying? Yeah. So, it was hip hop. Then I went to a rocker. I dyed my hair black and was doing shows wearing all black like Johnny Cash and shit. You know what I mean? It's like I completely dived into the situation, But and then dubstep came out, you know what I mean? And I didn't really get into dubstep until like 4 or 5 years ago. And out of all the genres of anything I've ever made, for me, that I've always found that to be the most difficult, because it's just like, I mean, you can do it like basic, or you can really do it. You know what I mean? And I just want to make crazy sounds and shit. So I really don't know how to explain the umbrella term. I can't stay in one place. So it's kind of like LG2 in the same way, man. Like I like it all. You know what I mean? So when you talk about targeting, how you target, my target is everything. You know what I'm saying? Because I can appreciate a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and I buy it all. Anything from classical to rock. I mean, and I respect it all. I mean, I don't like listen to devil music. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I can if it's musical, I can be like, I know why it's doing good. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like Marilyn Manson. Like I don't bump Marilyn Manson, right? But I mean, but when I hear it, I'm like, man, if I got hired by their crew to do a job and I was in the room with them doing something, I wouldn't be like, oh, this sucks. I'd be like, I know why these guys make a lot of money. You know what I mean? Like this, you can hear this, you can hear it in the sound. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes, sounds good. There you go.
Right.
Yeah.
What's up, Roman? So, so, you got songs, like I think every song I've heard is pretty much different as far as like genre. So like you got the first thing I ever heard was Wormholes. With you and Studious, because you were promoting Studious with that back when you were making that. So I got into that, and that has a real dubstep kind of energy. It's just wild. Like it's crazy. And when he told me that you made that, like that was your production, I was just like, wow, this dude's a fucking wizard, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then that was the first reaction I ever had was for you doing that. I remember. I think it was.
Yeah. Yep. You told me that. And then you linked me to like another song, which had some hip hop like elements, like as far as the lyrics. But it also had a lot of rock elements. So it was like a fusion of sorts. Now that's when I like realized, this guy is not like a box in artist. Like he's gonna just like jump around all genres. And that's when I went and looked at your catalog, and you were linking me to stuff. Like I asked you what your favorite songs were because I wanted to react to your favorite songs, and you linked me to like I like corn, and I felt like I was being trolled. And I seen the title of that, and I was like, "What's he doing? What's he doing?" And I listened to it, and I was like, "Oh my god, man! Oh my god, this is amazing! Like this is incredible! Like you don't even have to be saying anything, and it's still incredible." That's what I like about a lot of the stuff. It doesn't even have to be really lyrical. Like it just sounds so good. Like all the different elements of all the genres mixed together is just, it's incredible. There's not too many people doing that. So like you definitely got that uniqueness. That's why I like the music, man. It's unique, different sounds all the time. Nothing's mainstream. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when did you decide like this is what I'm gonna do and I'm just gonna drop a song and show it to the world?
Like on actual Spotify?
Well, whatever.
So what happened was I took a huge hiatus for like, let's say 8 years. You know, I went to school in Arizona at the conservatory, and before all, my biggest mistake ever, period, in making music was I never got involved in social media back in when it came out, like when it started getting really, really big. So like in the years of the early 2000s, like I hated Facebook and all this. I wasn't into that stuff. You know what I mean? And Twitter, I mean, all of that. And in reality, in the end, it kind of like put a damper on the beginning of the career because we were doing all types of shows back then, but we were like against social media. And all I could say is probably because of our living situations weren't, it didn't really line up with paying bills because we were like degenerates, you know what I mean? Like living anywhere and everywhere, you know, sleeping on couches, you know, just like, you know, partying all the time. And so we weren't like thinking about priorities. You know, what a lot of bands like who actually get mainstream success are lucky because they get management, they get booking agents, and they actually start to treat it like a job. You know, we were just like guys who are like, yeah, we want to be famous and we want to do this and do that, but we didn't have any like business sense. And that's still a problem to this day. Like I still struggle. I'm still trying to teach myself how to get acclimated. I've ran restaurants, general manager, over $1 million restaurants, but it's not the same when you're doing it on your own. You know, you see what I'm saying? Like when it's not a franchise or an actual corporation that's already been established, when you start to do it on your own, you realize, well, oh, this is why this is why a lot of people have a hard time succeeding as independent business owners, because there's so much bullshit that you have to do that doesn't make sense. And why do you have to do this and why do you have to do that? That sometimes the walls cave in and you don't want to do it anymore, which is, you know, but when you do break through and you actually make a couple bucks, you start to realize, well, what about in 10 years from now? If I keep going at this same pace, maybe push a little bit harder, where can this be 10 years from now? But in all reality, I decided to get back to actually hit online 2 years ago in 2018. I did a bunch of stuff under a pseudonym in 2007 to see if it worked, and it actually did pretty good. I mean, I'm never going to tell anybody who that artist is, but it's out there, and it'll always be out there. But you know, it's old work. You know, like work from like when I was like 21, you know, up to 25, and so.
You know, I could find out things, right? Like,
yeah, impossible. This one's like but my friends from school were always pushing me, like, man, you got to put that shit online, man. No one's ever going to hear anything if you don't put it online, you know? And I was like, oh, whatever. And I ended up doing it. And then it got some decent responses, but it wasn't stuff that I wanted to do. You know, like the songs that I made back then were really ignorant. You know what I'm saying? So there was some like stuff where it's just like, you know, I don't want to talk about, you know, some of the things that I was doing anymore about like that. So in all reality, I said, okay, I'm going to start making some more sophisticated music and stuff that I'll be able to listen to, that everybody can listen to. And it won't really be like, just the dubstep I make isn't really hardcore, like, bah! Like, you know what I mean? Like, wow, like nothing crazy. It's almost like easy listening dubstep in a way. You know what I'm talking about? So when you hear Wormholes, it's not like bro step hardcore, like robots and shit, but you hear the elements of it, that it's still there. You see what I'm saying? Yep. And so stuff that like my mom can listen to, and she's like, this is dubstep, stuff like that, you know? And so I've always said to myself, like, you know, it's a good song when your parents say to you, that's not bad, you know? And my parents are real, like they will tell you if it's not good or not, if they don't like it, you know? So when I started making some of these new ones, we're like, it's not bad, you know? I'm like, all right, well, I guess we'll do it like this, you know? So
so for you'd say for about the past two years is when you really been getting real serious about it.
yeah, like, well, yeah, 2 years ago I wrote out a business plan on what I was going to do for the next 5 years, and so it's basically I said I'm going to start here at 0 and I'm going to wind up at 200. You see what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I've superseded a lot of those things, and a lot of amendments have been made to that business plan, and because LG2 was nowhere on the radar in the beginning, you know, uh,
Right.
and pretty much the first business plan was a giant fail with the people of the parallel. So it was just kind of like, it was like I said, you can make a grandiose idea, but then you have to kind of check yourself and be like, all right, I shot real high. Now I got to be realistic, And so I had to step it back, scale it back a little bit, and realize that you got to connect with people to make this shit work. And a lot of people have issues with connecting. You know what I mean? And so like that's the biggest problem. Period. Is if you can't connect with people, then it just shit ain't gonna work. You know what I mean? It's just not going to work. You have to find a crew of people that are going to help you boost your stuff and you boost their stuff at the same time. And that's pretty much the method. And for some people, it can be extremely difficult. There's people out there that will be posting 100 links a day of the same song, you know what I mean? Or the same movie, the same image, and all types of shit like that. And I'm not going to knock anybody for doing what they're doing because I did it too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But eventually what's going to happen is they're going to be like, this shit don't work. I need to figure out something different. And reality is if you're going to push the same song every day, you got to come up with a creative way to post that song different every day. Make a new video, make a new announcement. It's got to be something different, because people like me, I see this stuff. I go and look up these hashtags and I'll see the over and over and over and over and over again stuff. And at first it's cool. And then once you start seeing it 7 days a week, you're like, man, this is, I can see why no one's driving over here. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it's, but like, I don't hate on nobody for doing any kind of anything, or anybody's got to do their own thing at first. You know what I mean? They all you got to fail to win. You got to, and you know what I'm saying, right? Like you got to bomb, like you got to go on stage and bomb, be booed on, and then get back up there again and not be scared,
In this business, you end up taking a lot of L's before you take a W.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's the only way to grow and to learn stuff like that. You learn from your mistakes. You learn, you learn from what doesn't work. You learn to get creative with that shit.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what you've built. Like you've built a group of supportive people that are, that want their stuff to be supported and want to support others. So
yeah,
I like the fact that everybody isn't following the same group of people. Everybody in LG2 has a different base. So it's like whenever somebody from LG2 shares something of someone else's, new people are always constantly seeing that.
Yeah.
That's pretty much your goal, right?
Yeah, and that is the goal. I mean, and I'm not the kind of person who's trying to sell to his own people. We all in the movement aspect of everything. Everybody knows what we're already doing. We're increasing the reach. You see what I'm saying? So I can only do so much from one side, but from 20 to 30 different sides, we can all do a lot. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's just like with simple stuff in the hashtags and bios. You know what I mean? Like just that when someone sees the hashtag, I get a lot of hashtag clicks, you know what I mean? And it's only because I use one. I don't use like 20 or 30 of them, you know what I mean? And so the whole goal from the beginning is to create a tag that when they look at the post, they're going to be like, what is that? And it's going to create curiosity. They click on it. But if there's like 20 tags on there, no one's going to click on that. There's like 20 handles or 50 handles on the post. It's not going to be clicked on. It's 10 times likely less to be clicked on. So you just put certain highlight topics, and I've lined out a lot of the guys in we have like a special room that they're like 15 guys that are on a playlist with each other. We all work streamline, figure out ideas on how to make text actually look good. So it's everything from like how do you tweet, and we've watched each other all grow through simple things like this. Like how should we use these emojis? Do you think this will work? And it sounds so stupid, but it's strategy. And the strategies, it has helped us grow almost effortlessly,
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I remember asking you about your tweets a long time ago, because your tweets would look so long, and you know what I mean. And, but they would be interesting. There'd be like the perfect emojis and stuff like that. I'm like, dude, how do you make tweets so long? Like, I can never fit what I want to say in a tweet. Then you're like, Twitter gave me a magic or a special keyboard or something, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, this is very advanced for me, dude. But get it after watching you tweet so much about the LG2, and especially back when it first started. That's pretty much how you grew it. You were constantly promoting artists and under the hashtag LG2. And like I can share the screen, and I have your YouTube up, so it has like all those tweets and stuff. So we could check.
Oh yeah. The website.
No, I got it right up on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
You got all those posted on YouTube. Yeah.
Also, it was funny about the website. When you look up the website, it has that tweet button on there. And occasionally we'll go hit the tweet button from stuff from like a year ago. Yeah, you do featured videos.
Yeah.
So this pretty much right here, we want to start doing this again, but it's just all these videos were made like in one day, real quick, within like 4 hours, just busting them all off. So in reality, this is all like 50 songs. You know what I mean? Like that were made that never got put on Spotify or anything, But I got like songs like that up the wazoo, And so
I want to go back to the very first one, which let's see, what started it all.
Yeah, I think the very first one might have been with the Atari Jones.
I think so. I can't see this whole screen. I think it's at the top, right?
Possibly.
So looks
yeah,
like
it looks like
All right. This website, for some reason it takes a while to load things because there's just so much stuff on here. You built this website, right?
Yeah.
So here's the first tweet. I believe this is the first tweet.
This is the first tweet from when we decided to actually make it all start working. So
he didn't even spell his own hashtag right.
Yeah, you see, that's hilarious. I didn't even know. But so that was just supposed to be LG2, but the second one said TBPOTP, which was tweets by people of the parallel. How generic is that shit? And so Studios had told me a DM, he's like, yeah, you probably want to take that off because that just looks like it's like whack. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, it looks like you're like it's too personalized towards you. I'm like, so you think I just use the one? And I'm like, yeah, because let's get the word out is universal. It's universally motivating as well. You know what I'm saying? So when I just didn't need to put my own little. It was just stupid. But that's the brainstorming part of it all, man. If I had these 6 dudes in the beginning, it would have been so much different, And
who are the 6 people that started this all?
It was me, Studious, the guy that he does his beats with. What's his name? What's the guy's name? J. Dot, Substance P, Apex Lex, A Felon, and the one other dude, man, I forgot his name. It was I don't know the other guy's name, man. But it's 5 of us basically, including myself. And then if you add the LG2, I guess that's 6.
Right.
But, so I mean, but yeah, if it wasn't for them in the beginning, I pitched this concept to them by saying like, hey man, if we do it like this, and all of our followers together, it just doubles. And that's exactly what happened, And so I came up with a way that we could all get, we all got noticed in this situation. You see what I'm saying? Equally, right. And I just it was cool, man. I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better beginning and how it all got started because this would have been impossible. I mean, to do it like, and then the Atari Jones guy too, man. That guy helped out a lot too in the beginning. He would retweet the post to his page and everything. So that was really important in the beginning as well. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's we want to go back to doing this kind of stuff because it gave everybody a way to kind of showcase themselves at the same time instead of like doing millions of people. You know, everybody kind of got like a little bit of a spotlight that day, and then but what the problem was in the end why we stopped doing it because we'd have these playlists that weren't really getting the feedback that we had thought that they were going to get, and so we had to, like, and during all that time then we discovered playlist push. I mean, not playlist push. It's called playlist something. I forgot the name, dude. It's a website where you can upload playlists and people pitch to you. You see what I'm saying? And you can put them on your playlist and you can make promo gates. You know, these gates, you can put your profile in or your other playlist files in, and you get followers to your list just from people submitting, you know, and so you accept them or you can deny their song. So if their song's good, you put them on the list. If their song's no good, you can deny them. And 9 times out of 10, they still follow. I don't ever unfollow anybody. If I do a gate, if I pitch to a playlist and they ask me to follow their playlist, I don't go and unfollow if they don't accept it. You see what I'm saying? I just take it. I look at the guy to pay the toll to do it. I've got on a couple of good playlists, you know, from doing that, but it's that's what really changed everything. Getting a hold of that whole aspect in the promo gates. That's what started helping us with actually being able to offer something else. So when we do these new playlists coming out, you know, they're all going to grow real easily, and people will be more interested in pitching them. You see what I'm saying? Because I mean, and that's the unfortunate thing too, man. And I'm not going to say that it's all about the numbers, but it is. You know what I mean? And it's not at the same time. What I'm going to say is that when it's involving your people, it's not about the numbers. But when it's involving cats from the outside of your crew, it's about the numbers, you know? And so it nobody cares if you're friends with Rob and they live on the other side of the world and they never heard of us. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So if you and me have a playlist together and that playlist has 50 followers, somebody in Germany is going to look at it and be like, nah, they're going to skip over. But they see it has like, you know, 1,000 followers. They're going to be more inclined to look up who you are and who I am. And I know it's like, I don't look at that stuff like being fake. I look at that as strategy. I'm like, you got to catch people's eyeballs, man. You know, so it's you can drive down the street in a bright red car and 22-inch rims, or you can drive down in a Cutlass Sierra from '84. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's what way you choose to go. You know, I just choose, you know, to find a way that bright red car and 22-inch rims screaming, look at me. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know. But it's not.
The thing is, like, if you're actually putting in the work and getting your stuff put on those playlists and trying to create those opportunities for yourself, and they're real, then that is not a bad strategy. But the other part of it is like to boost your number to make it look appealing by buying like fake streams or fake, you know, followers from these third party, you know, websites and stuff like that. It's like that fake aspect of it not really doing you any good.
There's also websites where you can like listen to someone's song and then they'll listen to your song and then you get to play as well. So there's all types of like, you know, there's also like place like Repost Network that does it on SoundCloud. And in the beginning, man, I did a lot of that Repost Network crap, you know what I'm saying? And when I stopped doing it was because the comments started looking whack. You know what I mean? Like they would say like whack stuff, just like nice one here, or, you know, looking good, sounding, you know what I mean? So it's like the same repeat over and over again. Right. So there's like points websites where like you can spend like 5 hours a day trying to collect points and shit, you know what I'm saying, to bring traffic to your website or your page. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And in the beginning, I thought it was all right, but then I was just like, eh. But I'm not gonna lie. In the beginning, it did help to bring the number because now the page works on its own. So as opposed to getting 0 listens every day on SoundCloud, I get, you know, 10 to 15 listens a day. So I mean, and that's without any effort. I don't ever go to it. I don't ever do it. Now another cool website is Jamendo. Now all the platforms that I have my stuff on, I never do any promo. And I have no idea why it works so well, but that place has got like, you know, it's got a bunch of downloads and it's got over 10,000 listens, and I never promote it or push it. And I don't know what it is or why the platform works the way it does, but for some reason, it's like an active platform of Europeans. It's a lot of European-based listeners on Jamendo. And so that website is probably the best one, in my opinion, of anybody just trying to get some listens without any effort. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember that website. They for like a month, it was like every few days, or maybe it was like once a week or something. I don't remember, but they kept hitting me with a copyright claim to your stuff. They would find a new reaction to your stuff and hit me with a copyright claim. And I'm like, who the fuck are these people?
Yeah, they hit my videos too, and that's when I decided. I said, "Oh man, I'm like, well, if I can't, I think getting copyright and all that stuff's cool if you're making money off of it already. You know what I mean?" And so I decided to cancel it and say, because these guys, there's not really a human to talk to that gets the situation resolved fast enough. But I'm like, you guys are dinging claims on stuff that's like, that's mine. I gave permission to do this, and it's like I didn't get an email. You just automatically dinged his profile and my profile, and now it's like it's not the simplest of things to remove, because you got to go through two people. You got to go through YouTube and Jamendo. So I decided not to do that. But if I was making millions of dollars off of music, I would definitely be doing that kind of stuff. But in the beginning, you gotta give your shit away for free. Period.
Right.
That's my belief. You know what I mean? And I've made a decent amount of money off in total from my beginning career when I moved to Nashville to now. I've made a decent amount of money from music. You know what I mean? And so that wouldn't have happened if I didn't do shit for free. I did a lot of free jobs when I first moved here. You know what I mean? And I had to do that in order to get the next one. You know what I mean? And some people might be, and there's a lot of people out there that say, no, don't settle for that. But this is what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I think I'm in a position where it's meant to be like that. And so, like, I recorded Will Hogue for free. I mean, Will Hogue is a real popular Nashville local artist. And, I recorded on Radar in a bar for free. No one paid me. I just did it. You know what I'm saying? But that led to another job, And so, stuff like that, to me, I was like, screw it. I got to record a guy who's got, a good name, and I can add this to my portfolio, and so it's little things like that. I met this lady Camille Harrison I worked with. She was backup singer for Faith Hill, and did the Knights of Arabia backgrounds for like the Disney movie. She did Memphis in May, which is a popular song in Memphis during the Memphis parade and stuff. It's Travis Tritt. So it's just girl's got a real long catalog. And I worked with her for a good 3 or 4 months. And I was going to sign to be her, not like a manager, but a guy who does all the copyright and publicist kind of crap. But I didn't want to go down that route. So I ended up canceling on that one. But that could have been good too. And that might have been a mistake at the time. But the situation that I was currently in wasn't working. I was in the middle of a move. So, I mean, like I said, dude, I wasn't going to be – the only thing I won't be is like, what do you call it? An errand boy. You know what I'm saying? I want to be in the situation of music. So, I mean, while I'm appreciative of every opportunity that I've had in some situations that was that blessed me with money, I had you have to almost kind of check yourself sometimes. Big, okay, do I want to go down this route? Let's step back here and where do we first start at here? Okay, let's just go back to here. But yeah, man. So I've had some pretty cool dudes that gave me some great advice, and some females as well in Nashville. And shit, dude, I can rant forever, man. I'm trying to remember where I was going with all this. And I keep kind of ping pong my ass back and forth, and I keep on like, where the hell were you going with this, man? Well, basically, I guess what I'm trying to say is that you got to give yourself away for free, and a lot of those jobs in the end that I did for free, these are like 15-hour days, man. I was running 2-inch tape up and down Music Row, taking it to a soundstage to get burned and baked. You know what I mean? So it's when 2-inch tape gets really, really old. You know what I mean? And so you have to, when it's really old, you have to take it to a baking person. They bake the tape in like an oven, a special oven, and then when you take the tape out, you have like really one shot to make this shit work. Like you load the Studer, you load up the Studer with the tape, and you pretty much have one shot. You press play, you turn Pro Tools on, and you record, and you hope that you capture the moment from like 30 years ago. And so, yeah, she paid me a job. She had me do a job with like 32-inch tapes. You know what I mean? I took him to get baked. Lady calls me back like a week later. I go and pick him up, and I go back to Omni Sound, and we're in the room, and the lead engineer is like, "Are you ready to do this?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I'm not helping you do this. This is all you, man." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "You got one shot at this shit, dude." you know.
Oh,
And so I was like, all right, man, you know, and I was like new. This is like brand new in the studio world, and so I load the tape up, and the first one was great. I'm like, okay, good. And she kept calling me like after each reel. She's like, how'd that one go? I'm like, it's good. And then the next one goes through, and as we're going through, the tape is disintegrating as it's recording. You know, like so this whole thing was just like disappearing as it's going through the machine, you know, but it's still picking up the audio. And I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, please make it all the way through, you know. But a lot of little odds and end jobs like that, man. But you know, it's well, like I said, I mean, it's just you got to do things for what do you call it, for free, I guess you say. Now you don't like, you know, prostitute yourself out there like I do everything for free, but you know, you got to give someone, you do it like at least 1 or 2 times. You know, you offer your assistance, you offer help out, and you know, and then you quickly know when someone's trying to take advantage of you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's obvious after the first couple of times. You're like, all right, man, this is like now we, you know, we get like we say we scheme was a part of LG. No. I think honest to God, man, I think that these guys maybe have blocked me because I was tweeting their stuff. I was like I was tweeting their music out. They're actually on a couple features. Is he on this one?
Yeah, you got him tagged in this.
Yeah, like I was, you know, I was doing nothing but trying to connect with people. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm not the kind of dude who jumps in people's DMs like, "Hey, what's up, man? Want to hang out?" Like I don't do that stuff. Now, when dudes do it to me, it's like straight comedy. When someone sends me a link or I interact with them, I'm like the complete opposite of everybody else when it comes to DM spam. Okay, so like when people do it to me, I just like I do it back to them, or I'll, you know, emoji, and I'll go to their page that they wanted me to, and I'll like all their stuff, send a screenshot back. I'm like, well, just do everything. Just be the opposite of what people expect. So just give this guy some love and see what happens. And so sometimes it'll be like 15, 20 spam tweets between each other. Then we'll actually start interacting, you know. But there's a way through to anybody and everybody if you want to make it work, you know. And there's not. But like I've just had different luck in some of these aspects. Some people get straight real mad when people get DM'd out of nowhere from some spam. You see what I'm saying? To me, I just look at it, I'm like, okay, well, what if this is how this is going to be, and there's people everywhere that are already doing this, how can I just not get upset with it? Because you can drive yourself crazy getting pissed off at shit. You see what I'm saying? So I just try to turn it the opposite way. You know what I'm saying? Just do like, what's this guy expect from me right now? You know, I'll put like a laughy emoji on it, and then I'll just go take a screenshot and send it back to them, and they'll be shocked. You know what I mean? They go, okay, now let's see what happens next time if I need you sometime. You know what I mean? So I try to create more adversaries than not. I look at people who are really hungry, man. You know, and so you got people out here that, like I said, you go on the streets, people will be homeless with their hands out. You know, I don't look at them like this guy's a piece of shit or he's a scumbag. I'm like, this is what it is. You see what I'm saying? This is life in general. People, if they got no support, they got nothing, they're gonna ask you. They're gonna stick their hand out. You can't hate on people for that. You see what I'm saying? Now, people, it can be rude. Don't get me wrong. It can be rude as all. There's definitely what do you call it? If I was teaching a seminar, I'd say it's definitely not. I'm not going to advise you to go spam people with your links. You know what I mean? But if you can keep calm and maintain your own composure, just see what happens. Let them do it. You know what I mean? And then, like I said, see if they take advantage of you or not. Offer them something in a polite manner and something like that, and see what happens. And that's the only thing you can do. Now, I got tons of cats, man, that have been spamming me for a year or two. You know what I'm saying? And I just will just, you know, it's just whatever. I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? I'll help them out. And then after that's established, if they don't mess with me anymore, like if I do something one time and I don't see you again, then it's pretty much clear how the relationship's going to go. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I look at it like I'm going to go retweet your pin. I'm going to go like all your Instagram posts. I'm going to follow you on Spotify, like all your Spotify songs. I'm going to go to SoundCloud, repost all your shit. And if you don't repost anything from mine, then you're whack. That's just pretty much it. If you go and like someone's shit, you like everything that this one person's got, and they have no mind to go check you out, then it's just garbage. That's just how I write it all off. I look at it like that. So that's why I go overboard with a lot of stuff that I do. I don't just do it just to like I do it to see what kind of, how, can this go any further than what it is? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, that's just pretty much it. You got guys with firm handshakes. You got dudes with limp handshakes. Do I judge anybody based on that? Absolutely not. But I try to put myself in between that. The firm handshake, the limp handshake. To me, I don't look at it like it's. I don't judge the character. I try to set myself in between that and figure out how can I make it an even situation, you know. And because
one hand is always supposed to wash the other, man. If you're asking somebody for something, you should. If they're not asking you for something back, you should find something that you could do for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's kind of an unspoken rule. Like, if you're not doing that, then you should, like, people that you're asking for support shouldn't turn around and give it to you.
Exactly.
You gotta learn how to keep that ecosystem going, you know, because this online shit for me it's an ecosystem, man. You'll either get eaten up by the bigger dogs, or you'll put in that work and become a bigger dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the only way to do that is to like network.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Work with people. That's like Roman in the chat. He'll work with anyone. He doesn't charge people. You know, and I'm pretty sure that he's been on stuff that he's had to pay for. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But all that is helping you in the long run. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, sometimes you gotta give the music, you gotta give the art out for free. You know what I'm saying? Or you gotta just be willing to wash somebody's hand. You know what I'm saying? And hope that they'll do the same in return.
Yeah. And I'm definitely like, you know, and there's guys out there that, you know, that will always not think like you do. You see what I'm saying? But I also agree with them as well. I think dudes who think that, you know, you got to make money off everything you do or copyright your stuff, I don't disagree with them. And I wouldn't be like, yo, that's whack. You know what I mean? I think, you know, if you can follow that method and be successful, more power to you. Just for me, I've never been able to completely follow that method yet 100%. You know, in the business plan, yeah, my mindset and my goal is to, you know, get everything copyrighted and written in a way to where everything is making, you know, is monetized. You see what I'm saying? Right. But, you know, my mindset and the way that I operate, it doesn't really function like that. And I get money. It's just not like everything that I do is going to get money. You know what I mean? And that's just what I've accepted. And I've made a lot of great friendships in that way. You know what I mean? Like you being one of them. It was never about, you know, we're going to make money off this shit. You see what I'm saying? It was about, you know, what's going to happen is money's the last thing. Money's the end result. Exactly. And I saw that what you had like this cool, like weird talent that I was attracted to. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, so I was like, okay, well, why do I watch this guy? Why do I find this interesting? So I studied his shit. You know what I mean? So I like the background, the struggle, all these things, and where, you know, the situation isn't like so pristine and pretty, and you see how everything is graduated to be like, look where you are now, man, from where like we first met, like back in the day. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. Yeah, like I don't know your personal life, and I'm talking about like where I see you on this screen here. When I look at this screen, I've seen you climb a mountain. You know what I mean? And so, you know, it's like, and a lot of stuff too, man, we take it for granted because we'll see each other for like 2 hours or something like that. But what's great about all this stuff is to make yourself look great in that 2 hour amount of time. That's what's going to last forever. You see what I'm saying? So when you do these lives or all these little videos you've made, that shit will last forever. And to me, when I see that stuff, I'm like, those are like little legacy marks. You see what I'm saying? And so, you know, a lot of cats you'll see that where you can't really tell where they started and where they ended up. It just looks like they just started and they got big. You know what I'm saying? And I want to see the story from the very beginning to the end. I want to see how these things are progressing. And you do a great job of doing that, which is why I've been down from the get-go, you know? And plus, like I said, man, some cats it's really hard to be like, will you react to this or will you do this or do that? And that's another thing too, when you connect with people on Twitter or Instagram or online, some people just aren't good at receiving information or giving information back or making it simple. You see what I'm saying? Like it's like kind of like we're on the streets. I walk up to you and I put my hand out and you just say what's up and walk by as opposed to stopping, shaking my hand. What's up, man? How you doing? Have a great day. And so like with you and me, it's like we met each other on the street. I shook up with you, you shook up with me, and we said, hey, I got something for you, you got something for me, and it started like that.
Yeah.
Some guys they walk up and they'll just try to set in your lap and shit and be like, okay, thanks, and that's it, and then whatever. You see what I'm saying? And that's the kind of stuff you'll find out real quick. But you're going to go through a lot of dudes like that.
When you hit me up and you said, man, I think it's about time you got down with us. You know what I'm saying? You're doing a good thing out here. You need to get seen. And this is what we do. This is our goal. Increase reach. You know what I mean? You're like, I didn't even know reactions existed until you reacted to my music.
True. Yeah.
And you were like, you're an artist, dude. And I'm just like blown away. I'm like, I'm an artist. And you were like, what you do is an art. Like, and I'm just like, okay. And I never really thought of it like that. And just to hear you say that you've watched like me climb a mountain, I was thinking about it as you were saying that it took like 700 videos or 700 and something videos. I'm not sure exactly how many it is, but that's like a really high mountain to climb.
Yeah, dude. For sure. Yeah.
But like that's when I realized like that there's people that just really want everybody to grow, and growing together. That's like the whole thing. And I know I haven't been super active in the group and sharing people's stuff and everything, but I'm still trying to like, oh my God, work my time, get my time scheduled.
The stuff that you've done, I mean, I don't even think you really even comprehend it. The Google search, the way that you've increased the hashtag reach is like, I don't know how much research you do into it, but man, like when you type in hashtag LGBTWO, your shit's everywhere. You see what I'm saying? So, you've done, and the amount of artists you've done, it's insane, man. You see what I'm saying? So it's like not even about what you share. It's about the stuff that you're doing here. A lot of people don't do this shit. You see what I'm saying? They don't do it. So to me, this is, like I said, these are like Monets, man. You see what I'm saying? These are like this is like making a music video every day kind of shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, so this is not something that's just like simple to do. Like this interview right now, it's like my second one I've done online, and and it's like I said, I gotta practice. I practice before we get on. I'm like, oh my, this shit's gonna be good. I'm gonna, we're gonna shoot the shit. Me and Rob, let's make it look real easy. And I'm talking to myself in the mirror like a joker, trying to make sure it's all good.
I just swing it every time. I have no idea what I'm doing yet. This is like the eighth interview I've done with an artist, and like I said, it's long overdue with you. And like I didn't even really know how to. I don't like to approach somebody and say, "Hey, you want to interview? You want to do an interview with me?" You know what I mean? But if somebody reaches out, I guess I was kind of waiting for you to reach out, and you were like, one day you were just like, "Oh, we got to get an interview soon," and I'm just like, "Fuck yeah, dude! Fuck yeah, let's do that shit," because I want to dig into your brain a little bit. But I wanted to talk about the website a little bit, and what was the what inspired that whole thing, because there's a lot of things, there's a lot of elements to that website, and it's like one of the dopest music websites I've come across online. You know what I mean? As far as the artwork, the way it's set up, you know what I mean? And all the different things you can do on the site. You want to tell us about it?
Yeah, there's a lot of changes that are going to be happening real soon too, because I'm going to actually implement the mixing and mastering button in there, because that's what the package we ended up coming out with, and what we were what I designed, what I thought was most beneficial was promo can be cheap, right? And I never wanted it to be like that. When I moved to Nashville, the guy told me, the first thing the guy told me, he was like, listen, he's like, 90% of the business in music is bullshit. 10% is legit and it's real. You know what I mean? But you're going to get a lot of people who want free stuff. You see what I'm saying? Now, you can either say it's free, or you can design something around that to where everybody is building something great at the same time. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so basically I didn't want to, and they all said also, sorry that we got off track there. Basically, he said, if people are trying to manage you, or they try to approach you saying that, hey, you want to be managed, and they got like 700 people on the roster, that's not somebody you want to go with. You want to go with someone who are tailoring something to maybe 15 to 20 artists. You see what I'm saying? Because then you know that they're actually getting a quality product. You see what I'm saying? You know, if I'm mastering 1,000 people's songs in 2 weeks, chances are my shit is real cheap. You see what I'm saying? And
I was gonna say, how's the quality on that end? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, and so you know, the quality's got to be good. You know, and so I mean, it's that's the first purchase we made this year was from all the donations and sales last year was this thing. It's like a console in a box, man. Can't really see it. Can you see that?
Yeah, the gray thing.
Hold on a second. Let me put the light on real quick. See that thing right there?
Yeah.
This little box.
Yeah. What is it?
It's a 16-channel summing mixer. So basically, it's like a console and a rack mount gear. You know what I mean? I still got to get my racks in the way on the mail to get all my shit racked up and put my patch bay back together. But that's a unit that, you know, basically it's like a console, like, you know, like a SSL console. That one emulates the Neve and the API. So basically, it just gives you that wide analog sound. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you play that one song I just did recently, I mastered for Deepest Cold Consortium. That's the first track that I did this year on that piece of gear, and so that was that piece of gear I put inside your tweet that time. When you said, "What do you want for Christmas?"
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's the one I got. Yeah, and so but I got like a little console over here. You know what I mean? That I run some of the audio through, but I try to keep it real simple, you know what I mean? But there were some of the things I just need to get, you know what I mean, to expand to make the sound more thick. But yeah, so like I said, man, it's a package that's designed when people buy the mixing and mastering package, they get, you know, promo attached onto that. And this promo doesn't just disappear. And I don't promise streams, but, you know, they get playlist placements. You see what I'm saying? And there's a couple of active playlists where they will get a decent amount of streams and some saves. And, you know, these are people in groups that I've set up. You see what I'm saying? That we all participate in these streaming activities. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And so they all have their own place, like a stock market. They can help out artists if they want to on these playlists as well. You see what I'm saying? So there's placements being shifted out all the time. And what's great about it is that it's actually real and it's actually happening. You know what I mean? And it's not fucking robots, you know. But basically, also as well is that this package. So it's mixing and mastering package off the bat. You get pre-save campaign. You know what I mean? So you get pre-saved tweets, basically trying to help you generate some pre-saves because that shit's impossible for a lot of people is to get their shit pre-saved a lot. And then after that, you get like a small blog post written about you, and then you get posted to Instagram, Twitter, you know, Facebook, and all these little things. And you know, then we continue to build the relationship. And that's pretty much it. And people can become involved, a part of the community, or they can just pay and do whatever they want to do some other day. You know, but a lot of people that I've worked with, we become closer, you know, and so it's not about like trying to work with 1 million people. It's about trying to work with a good amount of people that respect your craft and you respect their craft, and you're doing actual business. You know what I mean? So It's like The Alchemist. You know The Alchemist?
Yeah.
The beat guy from Mobb Deep, the guy who made a lot of the earlier stuff from Mobb Deep. I'm like, that guy really got big, you know, worked with a select few of people in the beginning. Now he did a lot of beats. They're everywhere, but a lot of the you know, the people like Eminem and Dr. Dre, man, like, you know, Eminem messed with a whole bunch of different people before he got big. You see what I'm saying? But then it's just like this one guy who said, okay, I'm going to put all my eggs in this basket. You see what I'm saying? And then stuff like that's pretty much the model and how it works. You find somebody or something or someone and they really believe in what you're doing. And it just, it's like magic. It's really weird how it all happens, man. All these big bands in history or rappers in history, they had like one dude behind them or 4 or 5 people behind them. You see what I'm saying? And the beginning is always like that. It's always like that. Any story you'll hear, it's like Mike Tyson and Customato, right? So Mike Tyson was born a champion, crazy as all hell, but the guy had destined to be a champion. If anybody else would have got a hold of him, it wouldn't have happened. You see what I'm saying? But that Customato guy just like brought him into his house, fed him his food, treated him like a son. You see what I'm saying? And so like he believed, and then what happened? So here's one thing that happened. It turned into a million other things. Now some of them may have not been the best, but you know, in the beginning, how it all happened in the beginning is pretty much, it's like a plan that was written out for yourself. And then what happens afterwards, after you get to fly the coop, is what you do with it. Yeah. So if like 5-10 years from now, if you're like this, you're doing huge reactions, people are paying you like, $100 a quap to drop a reaction. You got, people saying, hey, will you say you play this video game and we'll sponsor you to make this next 3 videos, $300, $100 a video. That's what I see in your future. You know what I'm saying? That's what I see. I see people coming at you in the future and be like, we like what you do. Will you say you play this video game or actually test this video game out for us and put it in your description, and we'll pay you $100 to make, an hour-long video, and you put 3 commercials in your video about what we're doing. I don't know if you want to do it like that, but I think that's what I see in the future, when you're not getting your videos, when you can't make money off streaming, the sponsors will come out and they'll throw you some bucks to do some advertisements. And, that's what I see happening. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of people just look at it like,
part of the goal was to get to that point to where I would always be able to put the artists on and not have to ask them for nothing, wouldn't have to pay for anything. It would always be a free thing because I just love music and I genuinely want to see these guys succeed,
Exactly. And that's how I think it should be too. You should just be able to go out as you being the artist yourself, the reactor, and picking someone you think's dope and then getting sponsored on your pick by a company, an outside company, because you got YouTube. When you get monetized, they're going to put ads in your shit regardless if you like it or not. You know what I mean? Right. They're gonna play ads on that shit. And so eventually you're going to come up with a thing that you're going to be, okay, well, they're making money off me. They're paying me nickels and dimes, which still is good, but you're going to find a way to make some contacts that are going to be able to beef your pocket up a little bit more, and you're going to still be free. You're going to be able to make your own choices and do your own stuff you want to do, right. Which is what I think is brilliant about it all, because when these advertisers do contact you, they like what you already do. They're not going to really try and change it necessarily, but they like what you already do, and they're going to be like, okay, well, this is what we can offer you if you can do this for us, and we'll see how many times we can do it.
Yeah, well, that's kind of sort of like so everybody sees the No Rivals hashtag, and obviously the No Rivals links in there, and that's a clothing company. And I actually hit them up because I was checking out an artist, was reacting to them, and it was a No Rivals sponsored artist, and I seen it in their bio, so I clicked that hashtag. It took me to No Rivals page. I went, checked out the clothes. I was like, wow, these guys are doing their thing. And then I realized, it's a independent creative, and he's doing it all on his own pretty much. There's a team, but like he's the guy. And so I hit him up and I was like, hey man, how do I become an ambassador or whatever? You know what I mean? How do I promote you? Can we work? And when they first got back to me, they were like, yeah, well, you talk about us and you'll get a 10% discount and this and that. And you just have your people buy our stuff. And I'm just like, well, if I can't show them it, like, I'm not going to tell them to buy it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, this ain't going to work. So I kind of stopped for a couple of months, like, tweeting about them and stuff and talking about them. And he hit me back up. And he was like, dude, he's like, I watched all your videos. He's like, I really like what you're doing, man. He's like, we want to work, you don't have to buy anything to work with us. Like, you don't have to get your people to buy anything. We'll send you something every month and you can show them. And if they want to buy something, you know what I'm saying? That's cool. And I was like, that actually works a lot better. I was like, because then I have something that I can show them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not going to put my signature on something I've never seen, or, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I don't want to go out and spend my money on something I've never seen. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. So they were like, dude, we'll offer you the same things that we offered you in the beginning. Plus we'll, add, a monthly piece from our monthly collections and stuff like that. So I was like, that's dope. And like, I've spent a lot of money with them now. Like, I've bought a ton of shit from them. Yeah. So I've got a couple custom pieces coming from them, and like, I love their stuff. I love their name. I love their mission. The goal, everything it just coincides with what we're doing. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I think it's real cool. That Jalen guy's name, right?
Yeah, Jalen. Yeah,
he makes a lot of stuff by hand too, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, like a lot of that stuff is stitched all by hand and 3D printed or something like that. It's all his like designs and stuff like that. his vision. So like they use a lot of vintage fabrics and stuff like that. So they have to source. He has to source like vintage fabrics from places. Sometimes he goes to like people in China and buys vintage fabrics from people in China and stuff like that. Which is really cool, man. I love what they're doing. And talking about the sponsors and stuff, that's actually the first, well, besides you were the first one that wanted to put your name, behind me. And that, dude, just to have anybody just come up to me and just be like, hey man, I think it's about time you became part of the movement. We want to talk about you. We want you to talk about us. And I was just like, man, that's so fucking dope, dude. I was like, hell yeah. And I know there was a couple times in the beginning where I was just like, fuck this shit. Fuck this. It's so
that's expected, man. This shit's so hard to not have those moments would be weird. You see what I'm saying? So it's like when you have, it's like being in a band, man. I look at this shit like we're in a band together and we're on the fucking road and we're eating bologna sandwiches right now and we're on our way to the next show. You see what I'm saying? So I look at everything real metaphorical, like, you know what I mean? Like I try to be like, okay, well, yeah. I mean, this is the worst. Music is damn, it's high risk, high reward. And as long as you know that shit from the get-go, you're going to have some major, like, man, I mean, there's times where I just want to say, I don't want to do it anymore. And I'm like, okay, well, you've already come this far. This is just what's going to happen. You're always going to have that left and right feeling. You know what I mean? And if you don't, you're not fucking human. You know what I mean? Now, I don't express that publicly, but I will tell you now publicly that, yeah, there's times where stuff can get real, upsetting. You know what I mean? The stuff that you see online or stuff that you feel inside about what you're doing as an individual. You know what I mean? It's shit can be overwhelming, and especially when you have a lot that's expected of you as well. That can be a daunting thing to have to deal with. And like I said, man, from the get-go when we teamed up, I knew, I'm like, I never thought it was going to be streamlined perfect. You know what I mean? I'm like, but I knew that I asked a lot in the beginning. I'm like, man, trust me, Rob. You see what I'm saying? Like, we're going to do this shit. And, we're almost fucking there. You're almost there. You know what I mean? And so it's the monetization thing. I mean, it's been a year coming, man.
That's just a milestone. I mean, we're not almost there. I mean, we have a lot of road to cover, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
The first stepping stone we both established. Remember the very first one, and then we come up with the next one, right?
Definitely. So, I mean, I look forward to everything that is in store for us in our relationship. Yeah. Because I know it's just big things because it's only been getting bigger. I mean, it's a slow process, but it's only been getting bigger. It's you know what I mean? It's only been getting more attention every day. I remember before we started, working together, like my tweet impressions were like 0, dude. We're in the like 300,000s, like, you know what I mean? Per 28-day period. So it's like, it's not 1 million impressions, but dude, that's dope as shit. 367,000 seeing my tweet on a 28-day period.
Yeah. And that's what I mean? That's the crazy thing about it. A lot of people were seeing what you're doing, and that to me that was always really important. And I think as people progress, it only gets better. I guess you say. You know what I'm saying?
How did this interview turn focus on to me? We're supposed to be talking about.
That's the whole point. We're like it's a unit. That's the LG2 aspect of it all. See how it happens? We started there, then we come back to you, and we come back to me like ping pong. That's my whole mindset. See what I'm saying? Right. So it's like you're just as important, and so when those things happen, we're this little line in the middle of the screen right now, meeting together and making it turn into something different. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, a lot of people will try to use people to get bigger or establish themselves better, you can think of it in a different way as in, okay, well then just bring everybody up with you together and everybody's equal and we all do our part, and that's pretty much, how my mindset and all this all was set up,
Yeah.
Everybody's got the opportunity. Anybody that I know that's in any of one of our rooms together can drop a tweet at any time and I'm going to retweet it, and whether they do that or not, I don't know. You know what I mean? And that's up to them. But, I know a lot of people that are on the website that don't take advantage of the rooms, and that's fine. yeah, I'm completely cool with that. But sometimes, you know, like I said, I let them know that, hey, whatever you put in this room, whenever it is, I'm always going to think of you the same way I met you the first day. I'm down to help you out, you know? And so, you know, that's pretty much keep that mindset. I'll be able to, it keeps on going.
Shorty One pulled up. Michi Murdoch pulled up. What's good, family? GFR family. Shout out to GFR, Gorilla Fist Radio.
What's up, Shorty?
Gorilla Fist Records. Shorty One, it's the homie, man. Love that dude.
He's been around for a long time too, Shorty One Supreme.
Yeah, I had a question I wanted to ask, and I was thinking about it just as we were just talking about it. Looking at these comments, I got sidetracked. That's the problem with just rolling through and not having anything like written down, like kind of like.
Oh yeah, you know. Where you want to go? Let's go let's see what we got next. Oh yeah, so the next line for the website thing you were talking about earlier. Basically, we have merch already backstocked. We got everything lined up. All I gotta do is just press publish. You see what I'm saying, and let it go live. But I pulled off. Yeah, you'll be the first dude to get some gear. I'll send you like a hat and a mug and a shirt and some shit like that. And
I've seen the coffee cup. I've seen the coffee cup. I think I made a comment about it.
Yeah,
on the video. I think I said, I'm gonna need one of them coffee cups.
Yeah, I'll send you some gear as soon as I publish that stuff out. I just haven't felt comfortable yet doing it because I'm weird like that. Same thing with the mixing and mastering. I'm actively doing that already, but it's not on the website published yet. You know, so it's just like you know.
You feel like you gotta get to a certain point before you do.
Yeah.
Big moves like that.
Yeah. But like I said, you know, in the beginning, I used to do a lot of tweets, man. Like you can look at my shit. I have almost 100,000 tweets in a year. You know what I mean? So that's like a ridiculous amount of tweeting. And the goal was from the beginning was, you know, and I did a lot of spam stuff too, which is probably why I got blocked by a lot of cats as well. They thought it was spam or they didn't see what I was trying to do or any of that. So like I said, I took a bold move and just blew up a lot of timelines. And I appreciate everyone who has not blocked me and still follows me to this day. Because in the beginning, it was
the ones that blocked you weren't going to help the cause anyway. Yeah. I mean, so it's just like that spam and stuff had to weed out like the ones that weren't going to, you know, there wasn't going to be a mutual benefit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
basically now I only have to do, you know, I do one or two tweets and it's good. You know, and that was always the goal is to tweet less and do more, you know. And so it's you know, that's just how I see it. I think it's cool how it all ended up playing itself out. And then, you know, like I said, I do one tweet and then I could help 50, 60 other people, you know, at the same time.
Have you taken a look at the movement? Because I call it a movement. It's more than a hashtag to me. It's a movement. You know what I mean? When you look at it, say compare it to terms of like a person growing. So last year when you started it, or the year before, 2019 when you started it, it was a baby. It was your baby. You birthed it, you put it out into the world, right? And now you're nurturing it and you're allowing it to thrive. You're helping it thrive, and the growth right now it's in its early teens, like it's preteens.
Oh yeah.
You know? I mean, it's still the bones haven't developed fully yet. There's still a lot of growth left. You know what I mean? So I expect tons of new things to be implemented and tons of changes in the way just everything. You know what I mean? Because I've seen it already. Like from the very first tweets. And I wanted to ask you too when we were checking out that first tweet. Did you make all those videos?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you spent the time and edited all that, and those aren't like stock. That's not stock stuff you find in like the free apps you get on your Android telephone. You know what I mean? How do you create a video?
Well, I live downtown Nashville, so it's like real easy to go get some footage, some decent footage too. There's a lot of graffiti walls too. There's one down there. You want to look at that one? It's got a graffiti wall that's down the street from my house, and it was just like real simple to make like an epic video that's only like a minute long but it's an epic video. You know, there's a couple of them where it what my whole goal was when I was making these videos, man, was when you flash that LG2 on the screen, people see it, they're like, what the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, that was always my goal. And my wife actually helped me do a lot of this shit, man. So in the beginning, it's always been like, you know, my kids tweet, dude. My kids help me out on, you know, tweeting all this stuff. So I mean, it's in our house, it's like a chore, you know. There's one that's got it's got one of my beats. All these are all my beats and shit, but there's one that's on the website. You'll see it's like a wall. There's a couple of my favorite ones, but yeah, I mean, like all the beats were made that day, and the video was made that day. We go get the footage the night before, you know, and so it was always real good stuff. Some of the stuff's from art that I made that I just would blow up and animate it and make it look like it was moving. That's one of my old cars right there.
Where?
Right there. I was a buck on 22s.
Let's check this one out.
But just real simple like that. You know what I mean? And to me, when it came out, that's when I actually first started talking to True Words. So I used to spam the shit out of True Words. You know what I'm saying? That's what's so funny about True Words, because how we actually became friends online was I used to drop stuff like this inside of his tweets. Whenever I'd feature him, he wouldn't like the tweet or retweet it. So I just go to his page and I drop all this shit and all his links. You know what I'm saying? But he never said anything to me about it. So I was like, okay, he might think it might be semi-dope. You know what I'm saying? Let's try to get his attention. Because, you know, like to me, in my mind, True Words has always been like this this figure point. You know, from the beginning when I first got on Twitter, I'm like, you know, he had a big account. You know, he was, you know, his music was good. It wasn't shit. You know what I'm saying? And so I was always like, man, this is dope. I'm like, I'm gonna start. So he was always like an idea at the beginning. He's one of the OGs on the website. You know what I'm saying? There's like Chels is another one of them. You know, Beans Got Bars, Tari Jones. So these are some of the people that like I don't really talk to ever, but they all had a huge impact in the beginning of all this, and they probably don't even know it either. True Words knows it, you know what I'm saying? And but a lot of them, I was lucky to even get in their DMs for them to send me anything. You know what I mean? like at Beans, I think she was on 106 in Park and did a bunch of stuff on BET. So she was, I was surprised she even sent me an email. So I was like, oh shit, you know, this could be good. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, like I said, man, True Words, I became friends with him through spamming. And everybody knows how True Words hates the spam. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's so funny about it, because it was this pinned tweet, I think it was, and I just kept dropping it on his pinned tweet. And then eventually he started, you know, helping me out, and he's been helping me out to this day with a lot of stuff, you know.
If you get True to retweet something of yours, man, you did something right.
Yeah, you know. And so, like I said, there's this dudes that to me that are real special cats out here. You know what I mean? And I have, you know, there's probably a group of 20, you know, of dudes that I really helped this whole thing, you know, and to a point to where it's like it's always going to be a factor. Whether they talk to me every day or not, I check up on them every day. You see what I'm saying? So I have to keep that mindset, because, like, for instance, like when I first met you, when I first met True Words, I say I'm not going to let you down, right? So to me, if I just step off, I'm just like 90% of the people out here. So I need to be that 10% that nobody else is, and stay real and be like, okay, if I already said I'm not going to let you down, got you on the website, all this other shit, I'm going to do the opposite of what you think I'm going to do. I'm going to stick around and keep on being supportive. You know what I mean? And, and I don't ever look at shit like it's one-sided either. I look at it like, this guy's just my friend. I'm just going to do it like this. You see what I'm saying? And that's just what it is, you know? And so, but yeah, man, that's just pretty much what a lot of people, that's how I did. I used to drop those things in their tweets in the beginning if they weren't if they didn't automatically like it, you know.
So how does somebody become part of this movement? How do they like how are they able to like join the room and
they just got it? They just gotta hit me up with a DM and just be clear and precise on what you want to do. You know what I mean? A lot of people need to understand that, this is a support movement. It's not a fan movement. You see what I'm saying? It's not about getting you fans, or the people that are in the movement are going to be your fan. That's just not what it's about. It's about, this is a squad of people that are down to help you support. You help them support. I mean, mutual contributions. That's pretty much the whole outline. So, if anybody wants to be involved, they just send me a DM on Twitter, anywhere. I'm not on Instagram too much this year. Next year is going to be the Instagram blow up. And after that will be Facebook.
All your links to your music. I know you took everything off Spotify except one track, but your SoundCloud's down there, your Twitter, and your Instagram. Yeah. I don't know your email. I know you've sent me emails before, but fuck if I could find them. Yeah. So that's not in there. But all your music links and your socials are in the description. If anybody wants to hit the homie up and find out, what it's all about, man, reach out. I mean, it can't hurt. You know what I'm saying?
I wish I had some shit like this when I first started. When I first got on social media, if I could find something that was like this, that's why this all was created. Because I'm like, I remember when I got on here, there's nothing out here like this. There's really nowhere out that's like this that will just take you in, and and be like, let's do it like, you know what I mean? And I'm talking about like retweets and stuff, like people that were going to give you retweets, not just because you tagged them. You see what I'm saying? Right. And so people that will retweet your stuff because it's what you have. You see what I'm saying? Now, granted, you're going to have to help me out with the hashtag. That's pretty much the only toll anybody's got to pay, but that's not a toll that's going to do you any harm. That's something that's going to help you be more searchable, and it's not something that, like I said, it's when someone clicks on LG2, they see your profile and those people. You know what I'm saying? So when people put it in their bio, man, that comes right up. People can see it right away. And people do get curious, and they click it and they look and they want to see what the heck's it about. You know what I mean? Because if they don't know what it is, but most people using the hashtags they use now, man, they're going to get buried in those tweets. If someone uses like the hashtag hip hop, no one's going to find you. You know what I'm saying? Right. Especially if you're independent. Yeah, they're going to go all the way to the bottom of that list. You know what I mean? So LG2 is like its own little notable subject. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now, I'm in my own world, my little LG2 world, because when I get online, I don't go and like look up the hottest trends of the day or look up. I strictly go into LG2 and I what do you call it? I check in and I get all the retweets out and I do all this other stuff, and I don't go and look up other things. So pretty much the world that I'm in, I don't really involve the outside. So that's one of the reasons I'm able to stay focused. I don't let the other stuff get in the way. So it's yeah, there's a couple of other promo accounts out there that do real good, that do a lot of really cool stuff. You know what I mean? They've been around for a minute. Blackett Music, that guy's been around, for a long time. There's Forkster Promo, there's One Drop Promo. There's all types of dudes out there that do great stuff. You know what I'm saying? But it's
One Drop and Blackett are some of my favorite promotional accounts.
Yeah, they both do. What's up?
Because they're real.
Oh yeah, for sure. And they all got like, I like that model that One Drop guy does with videos and shit. He does the link drop with the videos attached to him.
Yeah,
I do that too. That's where I got the idea from. Was he was doing that, and I was like, oh, I could do that to boost some of these videos. You know what I'm saying? So that's how. When you get like a real good, you make a video and you push it, you promote it, you just do a link drop with the video and just the views just blow up. You know what I'm saying? And Blackett with his platform as well. I mean, these guys all do great stuff. You know what I mean? It's just there's a lot of great promo people out there. I just do my own thing, like they do their own thing. So it's just but yeah. So I mean, I don't even know where the hell I was going with that either, other than saying, well, you're doing a great job, but yeah, I mean, it's there's a lot of great promo guys out there that might have the same model, or we both have extremely different models, but the mindset is all the same. These people that run these accounts all want to help people out in one way or another, and that's the important thing. So I think it's kind of like a special breed of person sometimes that starts it all. You know what I mean?
That's why these groups and these accounts on Twitter and other socials are just few and far between.
Oh yeah, Music Legion too. Legion, that guy is a cool dude. Is what I forgot to mention him.
Yeah, and that's the one your first online interview with, right?
Yeah,
we are on YouTube.
Yeah. So that's like probably the first promoter I've met that I actually had like an interaction with like that, other than Blackett. You know what I mean? So you know, he's a real cool dude. You know, he checks in every day, he does his thing, he's consistent, you know, and does it and doesn't skip a beat, you know. So those things are important, you know.
That was a really good interview, man. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did too.
I put some other people onto it too.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, it was definitely awkward at first because I was like, man, I haven't done this ever. You know, I never got online and just started speaking with somebody. You know what I mean? Because I've seen some real cringe interviews, man. I've seen some interviews on. I mean, just in general, I've seen some interviews with people. I'm just like, holy shit! Like, how do you get through that? Yeah, I'm like, you look like you're dying right now. You know what I mean? Yes, I mean, I've seen like there's a bunch of. I mean, yeah, it's hard. It's not easy, man, to get up on stage and do stuff. Period. Or even live interview. You have to keep it flowing. You have to move. You have to do stuff, you know? And so, yeah, to me, this is like a performance right now. I'm like performing. So it's like, you know.
First time I seen you on the camera, like, well, other than like the wormholes video where you're.
Yeah.
And then you're spinning on your head. Yeah. Stu told me when I first seen that video a while back, he told me that was really you and shit. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Yeah. This big ass motherfucker.
I got footage like the 80s, you know what I'm saying, that I resurface and bring stuff in from like the 90s, the 2000s, you know.
So the first time I seen you on camera is you had made a tweet one morning and you were like reacting to I think it was the True Word Diamond Lounge. Yeah. And I'm like, what? He's reacted? Like I was starting to get bent and shit. I was like, you're reacting? Like, no. Yeah. He can't be reacting, right? So then you tweeted it and you were like, it was just like a 20-second clip or something. And you were like,
yeah.
You're like, go stream this shit now. And you screamed like, and then the video ended. I was like, oh my God, this fucking dude is wild, dude.
I think that was the first job that I actually got online. So I was really excited about that one. You know what I mean? Yeah. It was funny too because it was involving True Words as well. Like one of the first guys that I met on here as well. But yeah, 4 people I'd say have like, you got Diamond Lounge, High Hyena, Deepest Cold Consortium, and Claire Estelle. So those 4 people, like, and what they've done over the past year, it's just like it's like really important. Like what they've done, basically they kept the LG2 thing alive, the website and everything, you know what I mean, and the amount of help and the letting people be aware that we actually mix and master, you know what I mean. It was real special. So basically they've helped in a way that I can't even explain. You know what I mean? It's just that if it wasn't for them, I would. What's that?
I'm a Claire stan.
Yeah, I'm a fan too as well.
She's so awesome, dude.
Yeah, she's a good lady, man. And you know, but like I said, I mean, you know, all I remember is, you know, I remember when Diamond Lounge contacted me and said, "Hey, I have I think it was right after I released Eyes and See, and he offered me a job to do the Breathe song, True Words, and his song." So I did that, and it ended up turning out pretty cool, and I was really excited about it. I mean, when you make money online, it's fun. I mean, even no matter what it is, man, when someone pays you to do a job because they listen to your shit and they think they like what you did, you know, that's a special thing, because a lot of people don't do that. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't, you know. I pay people. I'm down. If I ask someone to do something for me, I'm going to throw them some money. You know what I mean? Regardless, and when someone says they don't want to get paid, I look at it as like an insult. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, so I mean, to me, if I ask someone to do something and it's worth money, I give them money for it. You know what I mean? And so, you know, I've always been a big believer in it. What's that?
I definitely know that to be true.
Yeah. I mean, I've just always been a believer in that. And like I said, it's in that aspect too, you got to be willing to give and stuff before you get anything back, period. You know, so you know, it's not trillions of dollars, but it's definitely what they've done for me over this past year has basically kept the whole thing alive, you know.
Just to give whoever's watching an idea, you asked me to react to something. This was like probably a year ago when we first started to work together. You asked me to react to something, and you were like, "What's your PayPal?" And I was like, "None of your business." And 10 seconds later, I get like this email notification that like you sent me like $20 or something. I'm like, "Dude, what the fuck, dude? I didn't want money, man. You know what I mean? I don't do this for money." And then that's when you were like, "Nah, dude, I believe like everyone, if you're doing something for somebody, if you're putting in some type of work, no matter what it is, you should always get paid for it." And I'm just like, man, I don't want to like want you to feel like you have to buy something. You know what I'm saying? It's not what I do it for, you know?
But I see it as value. I think it's valuable. You know what I mean? I think time is something you can never get back. And if you spent time on something with someone or for someone, regardless if you offer to do it for free or not, I think people should still, you know, whatever the dollar amount, $2, $1. That's why the donation thing is important as well. You know what I mean? And, you know, I think, you know, I think you're great with that. I mean, I look at them like, man, I need to do that more often. I asked to offer the donation thing publicly, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's a great thing. It's like basically when you get done playing a show, you pass the hat around. You know what I mean? You got people that donate and some people that don't. You know what I mean? I think it's a perfectly logical question, and I think it's good. I think it makes sense. I'm not against it at all. I think some people online are real funny about it, and that's the kind of stuff I can't stand. So, you know, I think, you know, if you pass a hat around, you need to put something in. You see what I'm saying? And if not, you know, maybe 1 or 2 shows is cool, but then eventually you're going to start to see it all, you know? And so, like I said, if you can't support with money, then support in another way. You see what I'm saying? So there's currency. It's like Bitcoin, man. You got, you know, currency that is basically invisible, right? But so to me, tweets and retweets and likes and shit, that's currency. You see what I'm saying? So if there's a tweet out there that, you know, that somebody says they're like LGTO mix and master this, right? And then I got some people that are retweeting it. I look at that like, man, because my whole goal someday, man, is to be able to pay people to do stuff like that. You know, to set up a crew of like 20 people where, you know, they get paid to retweet. You know what I mean? It's like, it'd be like Spotify, but for Twitter. And it's legit because you interact with these people. It's not bot shit. It's like where, you know, say if on the website, I would design a portal where my friends or people that are on the staff would sign in, and there's a certain amount of tweets every day that are part of the movement. You know what I'm saying? And so it'd be just like CNBC or NBC when they retweet each other stuff from the staff, you know? And so basically, you'd have people come in, and then it would what do you call it? It'd be like a tally mark. They would retweet one tweet, get like, you know, 10 cents a tweet. You know what I mean? That's my whole goal in 5 years from now, is to have a platform where all these social media accounts are live on a website to where people can get paid to go and do work. You see what I'm saying? And not fake it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So basically, it could never work being a platform where it's available for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like where, you know, you got like everybody can come and work there. It'd be like, you know, Reverb Nation is probably the best comparison I can make. You know, you ever heard of Reverb Nation?
Yep.
Yeah. That website's probably like the man, I used to take Chromies up the wazoo when I was a kid. Chromies, you remember those? Rob, Chromies?
Yeah. They had different shapes. Some were shaped like a bullet. Some were just like
valve caps. I haven't heard that word valve cap since like '89.
Right? Oh man, yo, this dude. It doesn't matter what we're doing. This dude's constantly roasting me, man. I fucking love Roman.
He's cool,
I wish he would get Twitter, you know, so I could promote him better. You know what I mean? But when there's not a handle or an at that somebody can click, they don't really go to check. You know?
Roman, I sent you an invite to the enter artist information in your Instagram DM a minute ago.
But I've been trying to get Roman on Twitter for over a year, and he just broke down and got Instagram, and he's like, his stuff does well on Instagram. He gets a lot of views and likes on his music on there. But I feel like Twitter is like the spot for promotion. How do you feel about that?
It's an advertising beast, man. Twitter is it's the only place on the internet that's really, I mean, for me, the way my mind works, it's just all right there. Everything's right in front of your face. It's an advertising beast. It's the biggest advertising platform in the world, I believe. What I mean, when it comes to how the links are displayed, how easy it is to access them, and so Instagram's a little bit different on the sharing terms, but like I said, retweeting to me is genius. Especially when someone puts it on their page for you, so I mean, it's like the best way to. It's like little billboards all over the place, So I look at it differently on Twitter. I look at like little billboards everywhere,
Yeah, because you can't reshare somebody's story on your Instagram. You can't reshare their picture or their, their promotional post. You can't reshare it on Instagram on your page. You know what I mean? So it's like, you can share their link to like. Well, for me, I don't know. I don't use Instagram on the devices. I just use it on the web browser, and like, there's no options to like share things and stuff like that. So for me, Instagram is a little. It's good to get people to hear your stuff. If you got a big following on Instagram, people hear your stuff. If they like it, like, somebody else might see it. You know what I'm saying? But with Twitter, you literally can reshare their thing, and you can talk about their thing. You know what I'm saying? So, and just to take you for example, you've built your music career and everything. This movement, on Twitter. That's where it all started. That's where it's grown. You know what I'm saying? So,
if it wasn't Twitter, none of this would have happened, period. I mean, as well as long as that. Twitter was the beast that fueled all this, And I just knew in the beginning that if you're just an artist on your own, it's hard trying to, you got to like, what a true word was saying something to you the other day about if you were to wear a mask, you'd blow up quicker than you would if you didn't have a mask on. That was pretty much, the whole idea behind it all, you know what I mean? While not putting the whole idea behind just one person. You see what I'm saying? Because you need a team of people to succeed. It's not a lot of these, like I said, Fortune 500 companies got a lot of people working at them. It couldn't just be one dude. One guy can have the idea, but then you have to be able to, open the door to bring others in to help. And then what's so crazy about it, man, is that this is what's so magical about all this stuff is the main thing. So I retweet probably, I could say I'm going to highball and say maybe 2,000 a week, right? 2,000 tweets.
Holy shit.
Now, so basically, but this is like strategic. This is like I wake up and I have a certain time allotted throughout each day to go and do this stuff. So it's very strategically oriented to get the job done. You see what I'm saying? And but basically, you'll see somebody's stuff, and eventually you click on it. That's how I know this works. I do a lot of the retweeting, and eventually someone's stuff catches my eye, and then I listen to it. Yeah, that's just pretty much how it works. You have to put yourself in a position where people can see you. You see what I'm saying? And if you're never doing that, if people can't see you, and this is what I talk about being unique, and creating different posts. You see what I'm saying? And how you interact with everybody else online as well. You see what I'm saying? So, I'm going to think a lot different about the guy who retweets the same tweet every day and interacts with me every day than the guy who retweets the same tweet every day and never says a word about anything. You see what I'm saying? So, it's, but basically, I try, everybody gets, 2 retweets. There's some guys that post like 50 a day. I'm not going to say any names. It's all good. Do your thing. No one's going to hate on you for it. I
tweets with these fucking LG2 posts a day, and
I'm the same ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you go look, if you go search and you go look, you'll see there's like, at least 200 of the same ones sometimes. You see what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, I hope. But like I said, I appreciate the use of the hashtag, but I'm almost sometimes confused on should people use this conservatively or should they just blast it to the point where someone thinks it's a spam thing. Because there was a minute where I had to step off for a second because it was getting out of control. People were using the hashtag on things that had nothing to do with, they were using it on political tweets and tweets that just had nothing to do with what was going on. You know what I mean? I was like, oh shit. I'm like, this is maybe he needs to step off.
You told me at one point to calm down, and only use it like on art posts and stuff.
Yeah. So basically, it's yeah. But like I said, man, it's I'm not against anybody doing their thing, but eventually, what I do know from my past is that eventually they'll stop doing it and they'll be like, yeah, this doesn't work. I got to find something more creative to get people's attention. What I was saying was great about the tag and everything, and where I go from is that I've become friends with a lot of people where I saw their stuff every day and I didn't interact with it at all, for months. And then all of a sudden, then I click on it and I'm like, oh shit! I'm like, this is good,
I've been
and
time.
yeah. You know what I mean? So it's just funny how it all works like that. Because a lot of people, if you'll get online and you really don't, there's a lot of accounts that don't really support anybody and they don't really find anything from that. You know what I'm saying? They just kind of stay in this little box, and so it's like when you step outside that box and you go and look at other people that are thinking like you are, and I always say people who use the hashtag have the same mindset. We just haven't found each other yet. You see what I'm saying? So, they just I just see, like I said, the posts that are screaming 50, look at me, look at me, look at me. I hear you. I see you. But man, you got to let's come up with something creative here and make this actually work better. Why don't you come join up with the team and make that one tweet hit 50 likes, hit 30 retweets, as opposed to making 100 tweets. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And pissing a bunch of people off because people do see it on the timeline. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But it's yeah, shit. That's just how it goes. You know what I'm saying?
Roman, Twitter's not a it's not a dating site, and it doesn't act like Facebook. So,
well, yeah. Really if Roman got to Twitter, we could bring him into a room, so it would be effortless. He could have, as long as he's down to like people's material, his growth on the account would be real simple for him because he's already got connections already. You know what I mean? It's a lot different from somebody that nobody knows. And
people his stuff all the time. Like,
so,
seeing about him. And
if you set up an account on Twitter, make a pinned tweet your stuff, put it in the rooms, and you help everybody else out, and they'll help you out. It's real simple. An hour, 30 minutes a day. You know what I mean? No big deal. You check in once a day. You like the people's stuff that's liking your stuff, and you help them out, and it's real simple. The growth would be effortless,
If I can remember them, you won't need to remember them. You'll know who's retweeting your stuff or who's helping you out. That's the thing, man. Your notifications is always gonna, tell you. For me, my notification box is my new timeline. I can't find time in a day to go on my timeline because my notifications are always blown up. You know what I mean? And so, like, after somebody's retweeting your stuff like 4 or 5 times, you know what I'm saying, and you're constantly seeing that in your notification box, you tend to know, like, this is the guy that I got to help out. You know what I'm saying? He's looking out, So there's a good 5 or 8 people in the LG2 group that retweet every single thing I post. I don't even have to drop it in the rooms anymore. And I don't drop a lot of tweets in the rooms unless they're important to me. So if I post a People of the Parallel reaction, of course, yes, I'm dropping that in the room. I want people to see that. You know what I'm saying? True Words or Roman, or if it's just a promotional tweet for a new artist, like, I'm going to drop that in the room because I know, like, there's I don't know, probably between 7 to 10 people that are going to retweet it. So new people are constantly seeing stuff, and those people that do that, like, I try to always, if I see their post, like, sometimes when I go in the room, it starts way up here, and like there's 30 tweets in there, and it's hard to, decide which ones to do because you don't want to let your post breathe a little bit too, you know what I mean? And that's that was my thing where I would go in once a day at a certain time of day and just retweet a bunch of the stuff because I'd like to let my reaction tweets breathe a little, you know what I mean? And get a few impressions before I buried them. But that's why, that has nothing to do with why I haven't, been active in there. It's just, I just can't find time in the day. Like, I'll tweet stuff in the morning, but like, I got so much stuff going on, man.
Oh yeah. I know the feeling.
Once I'm getting better. I'm getting better at, arranging my time, scheduling my time. So I do got to find that one, hour of the day where I go in and start, helping people more, because I feel like I get a lot from that group. You know what I mean? And lately I haven't been giving a lot back,
No, I think you're good, dude. You've done a lot.
Oh, yeah. I know you do, but it's just, it's just
those reactions, man. If anybody who gets a reaction video to me, that shit's like gold. You know what I mean? I can't ever really express it. You know what I mean?
How many have any other reactors checked out your stuff?
No, I don't. No, well, actually, no. There's one guy. I forgot his LC4 or something. He's got curly hair.
Yeah.
You know that guy?
I don't know him. I recently followed him, and I haven't checked out any of his videos yet, though.
Yeah, he sits at like a corner desk or something, and it's like angled at like a 45-degree angle, and it's just like he seems like he's a real nice guy. It was funny when I was in that live that day. All like 12 people in that room followed me right away, so it was really weird because I went in. I'm like, man, I just entered Narnia. I'm like, oh, you guys are so nice. Everybody's like, follow me on Twitter, and we're all talking, and everything was cool, So yeah, he's the only one so far that I've that had another reaction done. Yeah, but it wasn't it was like a live though. It was like one of those lives where a bunch of people were being played. It wasn't like a tailored reaction. You know what I mean? Like where you're sitting down and boosting it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. I like the way I do things. Other reactors say they don't listen first, but if you're watching the reaction, you could see sometimes they start to sing along with the song because they've already heard it and they like it. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like I'm different in that way where I won't read lyrics unless it's a lyric video. Like I'm not going into your description and reading your lyrics as I'm taking them in because I want to get what it provokes from just hearing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't read the lyrics. I don't listen first. I used to, listen to 10 seconds of a song before I reacted to it, and that would let me know, like, is this something that I want to push? You know what I'm saying? And I don't really want to push, trash, but I respect all music and I respect people that are brave enough to put themselves out there and ask for that. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they ask for it. If they ask for it, I'm going to check it out. And I never shit on their songs. I have, in the past, there's just some songs that are really bad and I've shit on them, but I don't like to shit on a song. If it doesn't sound good, we got to talk about why it doesn't sound good. You know what I'm saying? The ways that we can make it sound good. I talk about what's going to make your song interesting. Is there a visual or is it just a still picture that I'm looking at? Because if I'm on YouTube, I don't want to look at a picture. I can look at pictures on SoundCloud. I can look at pictures on Spotify. I can look at pictures on Twitter. I want to see a video. I want to see some type of visual, even if it could be a still image, but some part of that image is animated. There's a visual.
I took notes on that the other day. My wife was laughing, but she's like, "Do you know he just told you to make some videos?" I'm like, "I already got in the notes." Remember that one? Yeah, I was like, that's like next 2 months. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah. Basically, I took all the songs off Spotify to remaster them and put them all up again. You know what I mean? And
very upsetting. Very upsetting for me. Very upsetting.
A lot of the artwork, man, was really whack, and I didn't want. You know what I mean? So it's like
artwork is sick. Get the fuck out of here.
Some of the stuff was like real bad. Like it was just stuff that I had in my scrap pile that I put together. And when I listened to the music, I'd be like, "Oh God, like why is this happening?" So you're
your own worst critic, brother.
Yeah, I guess so. I just felt like Spotify wasn't helping me out. They were looking at my artwork and they were like, "This shit's whack," But yeah, man. No, I took note of that on that when I think it was the PhD video or the Dance Not Away one when you said you gotta make some videos. I was like, yeah, you're fucking right, man. I gotta start using my programs. You know what I mean? Like I got Final Cut and Blender, and I can do some 3D animation and cool graphics and stuff. But it's like I just get, if I start working on a song, man, I turn around and look at the clock. It says 9 o'clock at night already. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, shit. You don't
even eat dinner until 1 in the morning.
No, at our house, man, we are free range parents over here, man. It's just free all day. My kids stay up late, let them do what they want to do. We do the homeschool stuff.
That was something I was going to ask because I heard it in Legion's live that you're married and you have kids and stuff like that. which is something I didn't even know. I mean, I knew like there was a lady, but I didn't know you had kids. So you're raising a family,
Yeah.
and you spend a lot of time, you know, doing the LG2 thing and you know, helping others out. How do you balance that? Like, how do you balance family life and your online life?
The support, well, like you said, you are your own worst critic, right? But
Yeah,
like I remember I was telling you before how you'll always have someone that believes in you. You know what I mean? Like those people will come around in your life that really believe in what you're doing.
yeah,
My wife's like that. You see what I'm saying? Like, man, I was like real, like, I'm like wild man. Yeah, I mean, I was, like I said, I was living in couches, sleeping in cars. You know what I mean? Before I moved to Nashville, before I became a general manager, you know what I mean? It was just wild. You know what I mean? So when I went to school, that's what really tapered me down. You know what I mean? And then coming out here with this dream, you know, to do something with music. I have no idea what the hell it was, but I knew it was something with music. And I wanted it to be something where I woke up every day. I wasn't like, oh God, this sucks. You know what I mean? Because as an engineer, when you would wake up, my first couple months here, man, I didn't know if I was going to get work. So I just go down to the studio hoping that maybe something might pop up if the other guys were busy. You know what I mean? So that kind of life really started to wear on me, man, to where I was like, I just can't do this anymore. You know, and it was no hate against the industry or anything like that, but I was alone out here. There was no support, so I had to go get a day job. You know what I mean? And you know, but I think when someone thinks that what you do is good, you know, like I think my wife believes in what I'm doing. I think she thinks it's good, so that's why I have a good support system. That's why the balance is there. If it was just like, oh, you suck, this is a waste of time, it would be horrible, you know. But
right.
like my kids are into it. My kids know, like when they draw pictures, they'll draw a picture of the LG2 and the giant computers and stuff like that. So I mean, it's like, so we're all like, the balance is there because there's no anger towards it or resentment, or you know, it was an idea that I had, and ever since the beginning when we first got married, I said, listen, this is what I want to do, and I think, you know, I think we can do it. You know what I mean? And she agrees. You know, what do you say?
That's
People look like a big boss man from. I agree, Roman.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I like how you said that the kids are supportive and they draw the logo and stuff like that, man. That means they're really into it. Do they like your music?
Yeah, they like it a lot. They don't like the little one doesn't like the "I Like Corn" song anymore, you know. But because every time corn comes up, every time we eat corn, it's the joke. You know, we the corn is song. I like corn. Yeah, you know what I mean, so it's just funny. The little one doesn't like it, but the older one still laughs.
Some of the lines, because I can't catch everything you're saying in that song, but some of the lines stand out, and they're just so fucking comical. I love that.
The whole song just came out of the rhyming dictionary, where I just wanted to make a bunch of quadruple, triple, and double rhymes and just make it really insane to where it's like it's got everything you can imagine. So it's like off the wall while still being on the wall at the same time. So I mean, it's just it's a goofy song. I'm a goofy dude too, so it all makes sense. You know what I mean? And
invisible.
Yeah, and so I try to like all these songs too. From back to the beginning, we were talking about. I try to like tap on every emotion in my life and all my catalog. I try to go from serious to not serious to in between serious to really serious to lighthearted, and you see what I'm saying. So I try to tap into all those little emotions all the time on certain stuff. So that's why I'm like so wild with certain songs, you know. Because I woke up feeling crazy that day, you know, so made some crazy music, you know. But yeah. So basically, the balance, man, is that, and also too, what's funny, like I said, you got someone in your life that doesn't believe in you, shit can be like a nightmare, literally a nightmare. If you're like, and there's so many musicians out there that have been in relationships with people that didn't believe in what they were doing, and even they could tell you how hard it was to live during that time making music, to want to make music, you know. So if you don't have a supportive person in your life doing that, I mean, it's gut-wrenching pain. You know what I mean? All I'm saying, I speak from experience. You know what I mean? I've had people that, you know, in relationships where it's like go get a day job. Don't, this is never going to happen for you. And then, like I said, my wife, you're going to make it. Something's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen, but let's make it happen. That kind of, you know what I'm saying? That stuff, you can do anything. You know what I mean? And there's always going to be ups and downs in a career like this. Like some days especially in a creative field, you're going to wake up some days be like, yeah, this is awesome. I have all types of ideas. I'm jotting stuff down, doing a lot of work. And then some days it's really hard. And then you got to like find almost like a schedule to where those days can become office days, like office actions. You know what I mean? Where you're just doing most of the promotional work and stuff like that. So those days are days like that now. So whenever there's not a lot of creativity flowing or, things like that, try to do some, back office application work.
Yeah.
To stay sane and keep things rolling still.
Wow, I didn't even realize how much time we've been on.
That's the cue mark right there. It's been a good one.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I think we're ready to wrap it up. Like, not too much. I mean, I wanted to talk more about the website and your favorite parts of the website and what it took to build it. But
my favorite parts, itzawrapyo.
What?
Itzawrapyo section.
The itzawrapyo section. That's your favorite section.
Yeah, I like the blog section. The blog section too, man. I like that too a lot.
Wow, that's the one I like. I like the blog, and I've been reading the others blogs on there too. Let me log in. I don't know why I'm not logged in. It's weird because if you hit sign up, it just logs you in.
Yeah. Google.
Yeah, if you hit sign up with Google, you'll log in.
It's funny the delay going on YouTube. The delay from StreamYard to actual YouTube.
Yeah, that's why I'm not listening to it. Because even if I like have it on my phone, when I listen to it, we'll get a lot of feedback, and it'll just be weird. It'll be really, really weird. My favorite. I want to check out my favorite spot. It's the Spotify bar.
Oh yeah, Spotify.
Yeah, and the reason it's called the Spotify bar is because it's literally a lounge. It's literally like a lounge where you can just go and chill, and you can follow all the people that LG2 supports right from here without being redirected. And you can actually go to their Spotify's from those links and check out their music. As you can see, I'm following everyone on here. Everyone. It takes a minute for it to go to the next pages, but so every artist, right? Every artist that you support.
Yeah, it's that I've had something to do with one way or another. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy, dude. 12,000 visits. That's insane. Yeah, see, it doesn't even want to load up.
Yeah, that's one reason why I was thinking about maybe pushing that one off to the side for now, because it takes long to load up all the actions that are being completed while the page is loading.
Yeah.
Those are all widgets,
Yeah. So like here on the second page is like I follow all these people, but I haven't listened to all their stuff yet. So there are some people that I gotta check out. Tetra's a really awesome electronic producer.
Yeah.
He got some really, really, really unique sounds in the arrangements. Carnivore's on here. Carnivore is one of the homies. I fucking love Carnivore. I love his music. I love how just everything he drops is different than the last.
Yeah, he's a good dude, man. Carnivore.
He's really active in supporting the mission too. So
that's another one of the OGs as well. A guy from the beginning that stuck around and supported, consistent.
When are you and Carnivore gonna collab?
I was thinking about that the other day. Actually, it was funny. I was gonna hit him up. I don't know. I haven't had the right situation arise yet. It's happened where, I'm like, let's do something.
Yeah. So what? This artwork you did this video, right? Yeah. Or this animated artwork where it builds itself into itself.
Yeah.
You did that on Blender.
Which one?
The background artwork.
No, that's
Moved.
all. That's done in Procreate. The
Oh.
Blender one is enter artist information.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
I
that one's
remember you told me to check out Blender, and because I do a little video editing and stuff too. I'm just like not super dope with it yet. But you were like, check out Blender. It's really simple to use, and
yeah, it's simple maybe when you get good at it. You know what I'm saying? But it's definitely a program where you load it up. You're like, like that.
I opened that thing up and I was just like, okay, where do I start? Like,
I still feel like that. Yeah, I have to have like a little tutorial next to me every time I do it. So I'll go online and I'll find something I kind of like. You know what I mean? And I'll take that idea and I'll start the process like that, and then I'll morph it so it doesn't look anything like that. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Just to grab the concept of it all. Like the LG2 Stones thing, that was a tutorial, but it was a tutorial based on no camera actions. So I automated all the cameras to make it look like the way it did. You see what I'm saying? So when you make something, you can automate these cameras to make it look like it's a motion picture film. That's what's crazy about it. Do you remember that movie Batman from back at the one where every time it would show like the Batman symbol and you're going through it with the camera?
Oh, yeah.
That's what's so cool about the Blender program is that, so say if you just put like itzawrapyo flat on the page, right? You can make a camera, animate it, and make it look like it's something like real dramatic. And the letters never move, just the camera,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's crazy like that. But yeah, every time I use Blender, dude, it's definitely I have to have a cheat sheet next to me to get acclimated to it. And then about for 20 minutes, it gets going again.
So I mean, dude, this is literally the dopest website I've ever come across on the web, and that's featured playlist, Superstar Spectacular. That's got everybody on it.
There's a lot of stuff I got to update in there too, man, because we got a lot of playlists I haven't put on there and a lot of other things that were kind of like ideas in the beginning of the website that I never really finished. So, but yeah, I mean, after that little blog thing we did, I felt like that was kind of more of like a call to action to figure out what the hell I was going to do going into this year. And it really helps. I mean, a lot of the stuff that we discussed in the blog is what's going to be happening soon, so it's those are the things that need to be changed. But yeah, we would like to have it to where the playlist thing is where you could submit to it, and add your song. So kind of like a collaborative list, but not everybody knows about it. You see what I'm saying? So it doesn't just get blown up for no reason. But
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I did try to do one of those. You told me those collaborative ones were the better way to go, and then I ended up getting people like removing things off it. And
that's always gonna happen. Yeah, but what's really cool, man, is I've collected a list of over almost 800 collaborative playlists. So that's another thing that's coming to the website soon too. Is a page to where artists can go and get on all these playlists. And if they just want to put the work in, I've done all the searching and research and collect and put all these into a spreadsheet, so people will be able to download it or click it from the website and add their songs to all types of playlists, that are collaborative. But like I said, I'm just really into spreading my face everywhere. So as long as my face can be spread somewhere, I think it's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? So some people might think it's different, you know what I mean? But I'm like a potato gun of my songs, So.
The spud gun.
Yeah.
Oh, conceited ass motherfucker. I'm going to get myself everywhere. I fuck with it though, man. And yeah. I'm really like, I'm still super stoked about being part of this whole movement. You know what I mean? The mission and stuff. Like, I was telling Stu last night, I was like, yep, doing the People at Parallel interview tomorrow. I'm really
I keep thinking he's gonna pop out of that closet right there and be like, yeah.
I think he might be asleep. I don't know if he's got to work tonight or not. But
yeah, man, life's crazy, man. Stu's the first guy I met online, and look at where I'm talking to you at right now. It's wild, dude. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. The world is just so funny, and you don't really ever really know it until you think about it like that. I mean, it's like I said, it's just like I met Stu before anybody. Stu introduced me to you, and then so it's just crazy, dude. So regardless whether Studious and I talk every day or not, it doesn't matter. To me, I'm always like, this guy's always a part of my mind. You see what I'm saying?
No, he didn't ask me to react to Wormholes. I seen the all the promotion going on with it, and I was just like really like intrigued. I was like, man, I gotta check this out as soon as it drops. You know what I'm saying? Then it dropped, and I was like, yep, we're reacting to this. I told him that I was going to, you know what I mean? But he didn't ask for it. Like, it was just something I found. I was just like, this looks really fucking dope. I can't wait for this to drop. You know what I mean? And I'm glad I did, man.
Yeah, dude, it's good stuff. We've come a long way, and I'm happy that we know each other. I'm finally happy we actually did this little conversation thing too, so it's cool. You know? Yeah,
definitely. So, man, I don't know, like, what you got planned, if you have anything like in the works for us, because I know you're like lately you've been on a bunch of stuff. You've been dropping new stuff. You haven't dropped anything under People of the Parallel, but like with the PhD, and you featured on a couple things.
Yeah, a lot of the features. A lot of the idea was for this year was to do a lot of features. I got about 12 songs that are being worked on right now. So whether those come out anytime soon, I'm not too sure about that. But there's one that's really cool. That it's kind of like Eyes and See, but you know, I'm just trying. I really want to try to get another editorial list on my name. You see what I'm saying? So we hit an editorial list under Diamond Lounge, and the feature one I did on that one, the Dance Night Away, which is great. But see, another thing, the reason why I took all my songs off of Spotify, because I was starting to think that they couldn't classify me. You know what I mean? Spotify uses this thing called Echo Nest, or they used to use Echo Nest. It's like a third-party development software to where it looks on the internet for information about you, and then finds a way to put you into a category. Because all artists on Spotify that are independent, most don't have a genre. So, you know what I mean? But when you go on Apple Music and you look at other places, they all have genres. They take it straight from the distributors. But for some reason, Spotify doesn't pull that information from distributors. They do it on their own. So they have a little search app that goes and crawls the web like Google bots do, and they try to find information on you and what you make. So I think sometimes when you make too many different genres, they have a hard time classifying you, and then you kind of just fall in between the lines of everything else. So this next song is just another electro song that'll probably be out. I'm going to probably do it in 2 months from now. So that's the one thing you look forward to, I guess. You know?
Awesome. Well, that's fucking dope, dude. Yeah. I'm excited for everything you got coming. I'm excited for everything that's going on with the website. I'm excited about the growth of the social media movement. Everything, dude. I've actually became content with how everything goes. Like, I haven't, gotten my feelers lately about anything. Like, you literally helped me see that, like, a lot of the stuff that happens is literally things that have to happen.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean, in order to grow and stuff. So, dude, it's all a learning experience for me, man. When I started, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I'm sure you didn't know what the hell you were doing either.
Yeah, exactly.
The social media is it's a different type of animal, man. We're from a time where our phones were wired to the wall. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like the whole social media thing can get really overwhelming, but when you learn everything and you see everything happen in front of your eyes, that it's a really incredible thing, man. And I'm just glad to be a part of everything.
I agree. Same with me, dude, for sure.
Hell yeah. So I do know that you requested a reaction, and it's in my DMs. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be today at some point. I haven't recorded anything yet, so they might not get uploaded until later on tonight, but I'll link you to that shit.
Yeah.
Roman's got a new one that you dropped, I think yesterday or the day before. So that one's definitely going to be up today at some point as well. And then we have the so No Rivals had a contest. I don't know if you've seen it. It was on Twitter. It was a contest. I was working. I didn't catch the contest, but the winner of it, part of their prize was to get a blog write up and a reaction to their music, and then the social media shares from me. Yeah. So Kamari Drake and Abnormal Joy had dropped a track on the contest, and it won. But I don't know who Abnormal Joy is, and No Rivals just kind of wanted me to talk about Kamari. So there's going to be a dual review to their. It's a remix and that and the original track. And then at some point, I was supposed to get it done last weekend, but I got to put together a questionnaire because we're doing a question and answer one, kind of like we did.
Yeah.
So we're doing a question and answer blog. So that's going to be up within the next few days. I just got to put the questionnaire together and get them to, send it back. That's all.
Yeah.
So some dope shit coming today and the next couple of days. Just stay tuned, man. You know how we do.
Exactly. How you liking the StreamYard stuff? Is good?
Oh, I actually like this format. I like this format. I don't really like it for the reactions. I'll still use, OBS for the reactions because the audio is proper. My mic audio, I'll have to adjust a little bit. I don't know how it sounds to you on your end, but it should be crisp.
Good. Yeah, it sounds
should
good.
Be clear, and it should drop when I stop talking, so you don't hear all the static.
Mm-hmm. There's a couple of weird. Sometimes it does like a weird box thing, and it goes back to normal again.
That's StreamYard's bugs.
Is it really?
Yeah. So I'm using the voice meter. It's just the thing you showed me.
Yeah. You got a little interface, didn't you?
Yeah. It's voice meter. There's a ton of stuff. I'm just using the mixer right now just so I can have multiple audio inputs. You know what I mean, and coming out multiple audio outputs. So I just got to figure out how to use that with OBS. But yeah, all the reactions will still be with OBS because I like that setup of how I have my screen with the video and the logo and the No Rivals analogy too there. I like that. So the reactions will always be like that. But these lives and the live streams at night are going to be through StreamYard with the screen share like we're doing.
Yeah, that's cool.
I like it.
I saw that green screen stuff. That green screen stuff in there too. You can do green screens in this thing.
Oh yeah. I was thinking about going to Walmart today before I do my reaction. I want to go live tonight. Yes, Roman, we're going live tonight. Yeah. Probably 8 or 9 o'clock Mountain Time. But I was thinking about going to Walmart before I start my reactions and actually getting like maybe just a green sheet and some hooks and hang it behind me so that I can just like have the whole video on the screen and it's just me kind of over here in the corner.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Then see all my stuff back there. You know what I mean?
Hey, what is that thing back there? That little thing in the back of you? Yeah, what is that?
That's Stu sets his mic and stuff up in there. It's
really?
It's all padded and stuff, and he'll have it sitting in front of him. He'll sit. I told him I don't like the fact that he sits down when he raps and sings because you can't pull air properly from the proper places when you're sitting down. You got to be standing up. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure he ordered a portable booth, but that's his little booth setup. It's just moved right now because he was recording in his living room before. So
you got new stuff coming out soon?
Huh?
You got new stuff coming out soon too?
Oh yeah, dude. He's got a ton of stuff, dude. He's got a ton of stuff. He's got a whole EP of stuff that he's going to be dropping soon. It was supposed to drop mid-December, but he's trying to find somebody like to properly mix and master it so it's perfect. He wants this one to be really perfect. I don't know why. I don't know if he was planning on hitting you up to see about it or what, but I know he's just been looking around at different people's work and seeing what would fit his style and stuff best. You know what I mean? But yeah, he's got that. And so dude's been making beats. Dude. They are fucking fire. He's just making his own sounds. He got a AKAI MPC 16 keys. It's just a basic one. You know what I mean? But 12 keys, my bad. 12 tracks. He's figuring out how to use it, and he figured out how to program the pads. So like he's doing his thing, and he's definitely leveling up, bro. He's right now this little break that you see between him dropping music and everything. It's him leveling up his craft.
Yeah.
So it's really dope to watch. It's really dope to be a part of too. You know what I mean? And if I never would have, been in a position to where like I had to do something different and Stu didn't, say, hey man, you know what I'm saying? I got this room. And I don't think I would have been a witness to any of this stuff. And I'm fucking excited about his growth and everything he's been doing, everything he's going to drop. I've heard the songs that are going to drop. they're fucking amazing, bro. They're amazing. So,
Yeah, I've tracked all his progress from the very beginning, man. It's monumental, you know?
yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's really something that's exactly what I'm here for. Like, I'm here for all that. That's what I want to see. I want to see these guys leveling up and doing their thing. And I mean, he's slowly gaining a little following on Spotify. But you know, slowly but surely we get there. You know what I'm saying? It's baby steps. You know what I'm saying? And the past couple months he hasn't been taking baby steps. He's been diving right in freaking head first. And I mean, hey man, that's how he's got to do it. And that's it's a learning curve. And yo, he's doing his thing. Just take my word for it. He's doing his thing right now.
It's crazy, man, how it's like, where do you say you're from? New York, Syracuse?
Yeah,
the journey, man. Isn't it crazy that the musical journey, one goes from one place to the next place? And you know, it's crazy shit. You know, it's almost
music brought me across the country. I never left. Like, I've only ever been to like Virginia and Michigan, so I've like really never left the East Coast almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But dude, like, if it wasn't for this journey, like, I would have never probably experienced this side of the country. You know what I'm saying? And the people, like, it was definitely a culture shock, but getting used to it, made some friends and stuff. Went out last night. As a matter of fact, went out last night to Applebee's after work with one of the homies from work, and we had a good time. Yeah. Gay bartender was hitting on my homie. It was so fucking funny, dude. So funny.
I haven't been to Applebee's in years. The only thing they have them out here. I think they have one of them out here.
They had like half off appetizers and $1 or $2 mixed drinks, but I don't drink mixed drinks. I don't fuck around like that. I drink beer, so I just drank some beer and had some mozzarella sticks. But chilling with the bartender and the conversations me and my homie were having, you could tell the bartender was like blown away. Like, my homie's from the West Coast, I'm from the East Coast. He's been all over Cali, like I think every county in Cali he's lived in. So like he's experienced that street life, and you know what I mean? And so me and him were just like, you know, kicking stories back and forth, and this bartender was just looking at us like, are you guys gonna leave and like get arrested? Like, what's going on? Like, is there gonna be police involved? Like, nah, man, we're just kicking it, dude. It's just like, you know, rehashing some old memories and stuff like that. But it was fun, and it's the first time I've actually had a social interaction since I've been out here with like something other than Stu. So it was fucking dope.
I bet, dude. What did Roman say? He said, remember that Batman movie? Like, there aren't 20 movies. The first one, Michael Keaton. You know what I mean? That one.
Yeah, that one. I think a lot of them aren't even called Batman. So like Batman Returns. And so when he said Batman, I instantly thought the first one. I'm like, of course I remember Batman. I watched those ones. Like, I didn't watch any of the new ones, but
I'm gonna have fun going back and reading through all this stuff.
Yeah, and what's cool about StreamYard is YouTube for some reason doesn't ever kick my live chat replay back, but when I do it through StreamYard, when you rewatch the lives, the live chat is there.
Oh, really?
So that's one of the reasons I was like, yeah, I gotta do the lives through StreamYard. I'm just wondering how they implement like the things once you become a YouTube partner, like the super chat button and stuff like that. I wonder if that's because I don't see that. It's where you can like like request something, like you hit the little $sign in the chat. It's next to the chat. And you can donate and like or you can just write a message and like it blows it up so like everybody can see it. It kind of pins it for a minute.
So what it ties your PayPal account right to the super chat button?
Yeah, whatever. I think it's I think you can use any of those apps like Cashapp or PayPal or Venmo. I'm not sure, but I got my PayPal link to YouTube. It's so if you like look at the artwork on my YouTube page, like my homepage, it should have little icons down in the right hand corner, and one is the LG2 website, one is I believe my Discord, one is PayPal, and like if you click those right from the artwork, you can take you to those.
Yawn. That was like a freaking tiger, and I was just yawning there for a second.
Yeah, I'm take a nap after this. Like, damn, this motherfucker like drained me.
No, man, I was gonna try and go for 3, but I was like, see how long we can make this shit work.
I mean, we could sit here and talk all fucking day. Like, I kind of wanted to get some like, you know, actual marketing tips and shit like that. Like, what do you advise these guys? You know, how do you, the ones that are struggling with exposure, you know what I mean? Even the guys that like we give exposure to, you know, they still struggle, you know?
Yeah, just man, you gotta like basically get a group of 5 dudes that will always retweet and like your post or share your post. You see what I'm saying? Put each other in a room and network with each other, and then from that spread the seed. So basically, one guy brings another guy. You vouch for this guy. So you like a hierarchy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you got people that are spreading it out and branching and bringing each other back in. So if I was like, hey, Rob, can you go bring, you know, it sounds like a jaguar. That's what I felt like that guy from Wizard of Oz when I leaned back and looked at myself in the camera, that lion. But yeah, basically like this. So, you know, you ask to see, hey, can you guys bring anybody? What can you bring to the table? So, you know, pretty much in the beginning, man, it's all just getting more people to come in. You start that room, you want to fill it up with 50 people and hope that you all support each other at the same time. And it never really works out like that. But the goal is that you got one guy who starts it. He reaches out to 5 of his friends that are always interacting with his posts. And he says, are you willing to go and help this other guy out as well? You build, it's like, you know, when you're a kid and you grow up on the playground, you know what I'm saying? And you try to connect with people and like, hey, this is my friend Tommy. You like him? He's like, no, I don't like this guy. Get him out my face. You know what I mean? And you know,
if you don't vouch for him, like he can't become part of the group. You know what I mean?
And so
When
that's
you bring something to the group. Like obviously, the group's there and be like, hey, man, we don't really like that guy.
But it takes a minute to get, because like I said, there's guys that don't vouch for each other that I'm good friends with that help me out as well still. So I'm not just like, oh, you're not down, so I gotta not be friends with you. We gotta find, like I was telling you about Legion, the Legion interview the other day. Everything's broken up into tiers. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like 3-4 tiers of people that some support occasionally, some do it weekly, some do it every day. You see what I'm saying? And
yeah.
It's I mean, what do you call it? Not weekly, but you know, some would do it 3-4 times a week, and then some would do it every day. And there's some guys that aren't around all week, and then they'll go and like 400 posts in one day, and then you won't see them again for a week. You see what I'm saying? There's stuff like that as well. But yeah, man. I mean, like I said, all I can really say is that you have to be willing to like other people's stuff and put your image everywhere in order for you to grow. If you can't like somebody's post, or you know, it's never going to happen. You're just a ghost. You know what I mean? So in the beginning, I was liking Arby's commercials posts. You know what I'm saying? Like I was putting GIFs inside of Verizon wireless, you know, tweets. You know what I'm saying? And but my image is there. You see what I'm saying? So like I was saying the other day, that little hole, that little image you got, the goal is to put it as many places as you can. When you like someone's post, your image is there. You know what I mean? And sometimes your image is so good, people click on it. And I do that shit all the time. Like I said, I look up people on Google. If I see somebody and I see their stuff, they're making an impact. I want to see who it is, and so I look them up and see what's going on, or listen to their music. But if someone just likes your post one time and never ever interacts with you, there's the chances are you're ever going to listen to the music. Probably never. You know what I mean?
Right.
So the guys that are actually interacting with you or doing something cool and special with you, you know, they have a better chance, you know? And so, yeah, like I said, man, with me, it's real simple. All I just need is like one retweet and you're my best friend, you know what I'm saying? So I'm real good, easy like that, you know what I mean? But, you know, I just think social media is real difficult because people have a hard time sharing and spreading other people's information as well, you know? And once you can get past that, it's real easy to grow, you know. But if you can't get past it, then it's real easy to get stuck. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know how great that advice is, but I guess yeah, I mean, it just be willing to step out of your comfort zone. I guess that's the best I can say. You know?
It's basically the same advice I give. You know, you just got to network. You know what I mean? True Words has a different way he goes about it. Like he's like don't drop your link on I need new music posts. And obviously those are mostly fake. It's an account trying to get its engagements up, and through music, obviously the music is a prevalent thing on Twitter, so it's easier to get your engagements up if you're posting things like, oh, I need new music, I'm bored with my playlist, I listen to the same 5 songs over and over again. Like, you get 30 people drop their link on there, and then obviously their people see that in their news feed or their timelines, and you know what I mean? So that gets your engagements up, and those are obviously fake. But his thing is like, find who you sound like, find who you're similar to. Like, so if you're making hip hop music, what are your influences like, and what influences can people hear in your music? So you find that artist, and you don't like go and interact with that artist. What you do is you go and find his post with his music, or you find something that somebody's talking about that artist, right? And you go into the comments, or you reply to a comment, you're like, oh, I really like him too, and this is why, and blah, blah, blah. And you start a conversation like that, and you slowly get into the point where you end up sharing your music. Like, well, I make, rap music too, and and he's like one of my biggest influences. Like, I made this song last week, I think you should check it out, you probably love it. You know what I mean? If you like this guy, you're gonna love this. You know what I mean? And connect with that artist's fan base. Like, so getting support and getting fans is a little bit different of a thing. You know what I'm saying? So True's thing is like, if you're an artist and you're having a hard time getting exposure, link with the fan base of the artist that you're similar with. You know what I'm saying? And that could be more than one. You could be similar to a few artists, and just kind of like try to engage with that fan base and get that fan base to look at your music. You got to do it gradually, obviously, because stans are weird.
For sure.
What I mean?
That's
They're
why
like loyal to one guy.
Yeah. That's why we created, like, in my idea, the whole thing, the LG2 thing is its own fan base. You see what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like especially too, when if you can make an impact to where people are tweeting about your music without you asking them to do it, that's ultimate success, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
definitely.
That's the crazy. If someone goes to a platform, takes your song and shares it to social media, it says, check this out. There's nothing. I bookmark all that kind of stuff, because people who do that kind of stuff, to me, I'm like, you can't replace that. That right. Stuff to me is like pure gold. And
especially in today's society of like canceling people that don't believe like you, or just like the image, like somebody looks at my picture and they're like, oh, this guy's white, he's got long hair, he must smoke drugs. He must be racist.
I have no idea, man. I looked at you and I thought you were a character. I was like, this guy's interesting. We'll see what's he about,
Right. But that in this today's society and the mentality, it's hard, man. It's really hard. So I don't know.
No, I agree.
I just feel like you gotta just keep plugging, and like you say, you gotta be creative with it too. You can't just like post your music. You gotta like pump it up. Yeah. You gotta get somebody to pump it up. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I like to make those promotional videos for people, but like I was doing before, like I made one for 7. Like I did artist video bios for a minute, and like it didn't really catch on. Nobody really. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, but like, I like that. And I think that promo, all right, so you add like a 12 or 15 second snippet of the person's song with the promo. And in the video, like you add, images of that artist or his music, or even just his name. It could just be a name animated, and it's got the music in the background. And then in the post, you find creative ways to say, this dude is fucking dope. You just don't say this dude is fucking dope. You find a creative way to say that. You know what I mean? So like when I did True's promo, like these are the things that I did just because I wanted to do them. Nobody asked, nobody knew I was doing it. So like I did True Words promo, and like so like a part of the tweet, I can't remember what the whole tweet said, but it like was artist, genre, track, and then like occupation, spitting flames, or you know what I'm saying? Like, area or geographical info. And it's like everywhere in the fucking world. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so like punchlines in themselves. Yeah. And those like little punchlines in themselves that get the attention,
Yeah, people are like, they look at that and they're like, man, if this dude took his time to, write this, like, that's pretty dope. Let's check this shit out. You know what I'm saying? So I like those. I think those work. Those posts always got a lot of interactions. It's just like artists didn't. I don't think the artists thought they were benefiting them. You know what I mean? So nobody really reaches out about it.
Well, another thing too, when you go to someone's page and if you see nothing but their profile of their little heads, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, over and over again, it's just their stuff. Yeah, it's like you're like, oh shit. Well, I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's why they made the pin tweet thing. You see what I'm saying? And it's so because your shit stays at the top, and then it leaves other room for you to do other things to drive stuff to your page. So the way the thing works, man, is when you retweet, how it's supposed to work is that people are supposed to go check you out. You see what I'm saying? That's why you have notifications. That's why they have the notifications. That's why every single picture is clickable, because in design, and the way they design this stuff is when someone follows you, you're supposed to go look at their page and like something on it. You know, in theory, it's the way it's designed. You know, like I told you, when you meet on the street, you give someone a handshake, right? But in reality, a lot of people just don't do it. You see what I'm saying? That's why I stopped doing all the following. I did a lot of mass following in the beginning, and then I got to a point I said, well, I got to get to 10,000 people in a year, and when I hit that goal, I was like, okay, now I'm just not going to do it anymore. I'm going to now interact, but I've reached the goal, so now we got to do something different now. But like I said, usually with people, when they follow me or they like my post, I go and check them out and return the favor. Even if we don't follow each other, some people will like my post. I'll go check them out. They don't follow me, I'll still like something of theirs. But I will find something that I actually like. I'm not like, if I look for some stuff on there and it's just all horrible, I can't do it. You know what I mean? So, but like I said, the whole thing is that how it's supposed to work on Instagram or Facebook or anywhere else is that if you like someone's post and they see it, they're supposed to go to your post and look for something. You know what I mean? But it doesn't happen like that all the time. So it's that's just the downfall of social media in general. But when
Facebook is a terrible place to promote.
Yeah, I've heard about that. That's probably the last place we're gonna go in the end, and that'll probably be 2 years down the road. But next is Instagram. After this year, it's gonna be all Instagram. We're gonna shift everything to Instagram because hopefully we'll have enough stuff built up in the barracks to put on there weekly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stuff that'll keep interest. But there's a small LGTW thing going on over there, and I never go on there. So it's pretty cool when it spreads to other platforms.
I didn't even know you guys had like Facebook accounts, and then all of a sudden I got followed by a whole bunch of them. I'm like,
yeah,
what just happened? Like,
yeah, dude, it's crazy. But
growing the Facebook platform, and I kind of feel like I just got to kind of just delete all the people that I've followed and friended, because all I get is invited to groups that share only like that guy's music, or like I get a lot of spam in my inbox. Check out my YouTube channel, and it's usually this thing. Check out my YouTube channel, drop a like and a comment, and I think they're generic. They're just copy pasted posts that get sent, and so it's like, check out my YouTube, drop a like and a comment, and I'll return the love, and then you never get the love returned. You'll go and do it. You'll send them a picture of it, and it just never gets returned. And it's just so toxic. Like, I feel like, the important stuff, like the art and stuff that gets shared on Facebook, gets hidden by the algorithm, because it's more about pushing memes and political agendas and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's why that's when like I said, the goal over there is to hopefully some of the people that are real supportive on Twitter want to follow. We all go together to these other platforms. You see what I'm saying? So that's pretty much the whole goal, is to for Twitter to work on its own eventually, and then now we go to another place with the same team we have here and hit up Instagram. It's like with you, I think that your Instagram could blow up real quick with what you're doing already, just by taking what you're doing on YouTube and chopping up the highlights and plastering them and posting them on Instagram, and then Twitter works on its own eventually. You just you schedule out 20 tweets a week, and your following will be so large and people will be interacting already with you. You won't have to really check in that much ever. But Instagram, you have enough material for like years to make all types of mashups and stuff, and you post those, and then we're all there doing the same thing we did on Twitter, and it's actually a lot easier because there's no retweeting, you know.
Right? Yeah.
But yes, but like I said, that's the goal there too. Yeah, but your shit, I think that you have a shitload of material that if you like, it was like for instance, when you do reactions to my stuff, I'll go to certain highlights of yours that like when you're like, no, that's a guitar solo, like stuff like that. I'll look at my wife and look what he said, look what he said, like on loop, because like in those things to me, that's like, you can make posts where people are like, what? And they'll like, there's some really cool moments. And that's what I always see with you, man. You have like these really good characteristics in your face that you make these exciting moments. You know what I mean? You're like, stuff like that, looking at the camera. And I'm like, this guy's brilliant, dude. And they're it's gold, So I mean, like I said, you could chop all types of shit like that, put up on Instagram. People just come right over there,
Like I said in the beginning, man, I just wing everything, dude. You think I'm brilliant, but I'm winging it, bro. I'm over here. Like,
that's the best part about it, man. That's how it feels genuine. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't feel like it's forced. It's just like it's genuine shit, and you're doing it. And you can tell when you don't like something or when you're not really into it. So that's just also good because it's not being you're not fronting on anything. You know what I mean? And when you don't like it, you still try to find a way to balance out the dislike. You see what I'm saying?
And to motivate that artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want anybody to like quit music behind something I said.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Just because this might not be that good doesn't mean a song, a year down the road isn't going to be a hit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just got to keep plugging. So I try to use like the fact that I don't like something about a song, and this is what I don't like about it. Like other reactors, they won't do that. They'll say, "Oh, this is bad, man. This is just bad. I can't." You know what I mean? And they don't say why. Why is it bad? What makes this song bad? Like, okay, does it not sound good? Is there a mix problem? Are the levels fucked up? Like, are you hearing is the voice too loud and you can't really make out the beat, or is it the other way around? Stuff like that. I feel like the reason that music gets played is because it sounds good. It's not the lyrical content. It's not what you're saying. It has to literally sound good. Your first impression of the song, if it's not clean, if it's not a clean mix and there's a lot of noise on it, like a person's going to be like, oh, wait, hold on. No, this ain't that good, and click off it. You know what I mean? Then you're not going to get that person to come back. Even if you do drop a hit, they're going to be like, oh, I remember that dude. His song was trash. And they're probably not going to fuck with you. I mean, that's not always going to happen, but 9 times out of 10, that's what's going to happen. So the first thing about your song, the most important thing about your song is it has to sound good. It has to sound good. If it doesn't sound good, that like you heard it before you sent it, right? So no full send. There's no full send in music. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's not up to your standard, like if it doesn't sound good to you, you shouldn't put it out.
I agree.
You always ask somebody like, hey man, like I feel like, don't even tell them what you feel like. So like, can you tell me what you feel about this song, man? How does it sound? You know what I'm saying? And if you get the same feedback that you already have, like your first opinion on your shit, if you get that same feedback from another person, then that's probably not the greatest thing you should put out. That's probably not going to help you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You need to have your shit on point, and like that's why like the mix is the most important thing I talk about like every time. If you're making chill lo-fi beats and shit, the mix usually doesn't fucking matter because that's the sound you're going for. You know what I mean? But if you're trying to hit like certain mass group of people, like you want your shit to sound good because naturally people don't listen to music that sounds like shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
saying? Yeah. That's true story. Yeah, and another hard thing too is that when you actually get better at making music and you don't like your old shit anymore, like me.
Yeah.
When you get new gear, you're like, oh shit, I gotta
remaster my shit.
Yeah.
I want to put new artwork on it.
Yeah. I mean that was I was just in a rush to get on the
fucking diva, dude. You're a diva.
I'll take it. I'll be a diva.
Oh shit! Oh my god! Fucking 100,000 tweets in a fucking year, dude. That's fucking crazy. Yeah. Like I've been on Twitter almost going on 2 years now, and like 12,000 tweets.
Yeah.
Over 13.
I was blasting them left and right, man. You know, I just
100,000. Holy shit, dude! You spent your fucking life on Twitter.
there was a time where it was like 8 hours a day, you know, and
Wow.
but it was also convenient too because we were doing homeschool, so it was while we're doing math, I'm also blasting stuff off, you know, at the same time, you know what I mean? So I mean, it was like right place, right time situation, and now I can kind of I don't have to tweet as much anymore, you know, I mean, I can just do retweets and make my one tweet, but before I was like putting out like a lot a lot of tweets. I can't explain it. We grab and I'd collect like 300 handles. I'd just go to the other side of the internet, you know what I mean? And I would just like grab handles after handles, and I would just be making these little video tweets saying follow train, and then I'd just post a video and I'd be like, follow me on SoundCloud. And then I'd be like, I'll follow you back. And then like people I never even heard of. And people still to this day are responding to tweets from like a year ago for the first time. Shit like that's hilarious, man. You know, so stuff like that's happening all the time as well. But yeah, I mean, the whole moral of the story for everything, I would just love to be able to offer, countless opportunities for people with that are simple, easy, effective, and they don't have to do much to make them work. You see what I'm saying? And then in return, the hardest part about all this, man, is like I say, you go to the grocery store, you want to buy some groceries, right? So, you don't want to go to the grocery store. Then people say, well, you got to work for these groceries right now. And then after a couple of weeks, we'll make sure that this place is stocked when you come back. It's not like that. In the beginning phase of any of this kind of movement stuff is that's the foundation of all this. It's an empty grocery store right now that we're all building and stocking the shelves and shit. So, like I said, eventually you become a household name. Itzawrapyo, you want a fucking you want a reaction, go to itzawrapyo, shit like that. And that's why I really haven't reached out to other reactors as well either, because I mean, when I started this thing, I wanted to build it with people that were all together, you know what I'm saying, like, and so I'm like, that's why I didn't go reach out in the first place, and why I want to do LG2, because it's hard to reach out to people. It's hard to reach out to people. Some people don't want you to reach out to them, or they don't respond. So that shit, it's hard when you do that. So I wanted to create a unit to where we're all responding to each other, and everybody's coming in from the outside. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that, you know what I mean? And so and then someday it'd be so big, people go talk about you, and you never had to make the effort. Then you've made it. Then that's when it's happening. And so so that's really reason why I haven't reached out. I don't feel comfortable doing that, but I mean, I'm sure it's someone's gonna react to something someday, but I don't like going out and being like, hey, will you react to this? Because I got a reaction guy who I trust more than anybody else. So I mean,
right. That's dope, man. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you can hit up any of the reactors. The whole goal of the reaction community is really to, increase the eyes and ears. I mean, there's a lot of clout chasers, and that's how they build their platform. You know what I mean? And then when they build their platform and then they decide to, react to an independent, they get like that mainstream fan base to look at this reaction, like kind of like No Life Shaq. Mm-hmm. Like, he's built his career off of Eminem reactions. You know what I mean? He's got like almost 3 million subs. So when he does showcase an independent artist, which he does occasionally, it costs money. It doesn't cost as much as Crypt. And for me, I don't feel like yeah, you should get paid what you're worth, but you shouldn't like try to drain the community that you support. Right. So like Eminem, obviously if Crip reacts to Eminem or NF, they're not paying $1,000. Right. But you'll have to pay $1,000 to get your face in front of that fan base. Yeah. Whereas with like Shaq, like he does it a lot cheaper. Like his reactions are $400. Or if you like show up in one of his lives and you start spitting something to him, you know what I mean? And he's like, yo, hold up. He'll just do that shit. So when he does that, like he's using his platform, and that is like giving you access to those fans. And a lot of those fans, just because you said, I fuck with this dude, man. This is dope. They're going to go and subscribe. It's going to, increase the eyes. So some people go about it a different way. I'm not going to build my platform off of somebody else's back. I'm going to do it off of my own, and we're going to get there. We're going to get to, we might not ever get to 1 million subs, but we're going to get to a point where it's hella beneficial for an artist to come and be like, yo, man, I was wondering, what it takes to get on the channel. You know what I'm saying? And my response always is the same thing. Like, I've charged people that I've never heard before. You know what I mean? Like that Blackfist guy, like he wanted me to check out a song, and I'm just like, it costs $10. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if your shit's going to be trash. So if you're a new guy coming to me, I might say, you got to drop a small donation and I'll do it today. You know what I'm saying? Or you got to, it costs $10. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's really nothing.
Yeah,
if I fuck with you, then I'm like, got your notification bell on. And when you drop something, I'm going to check it out. I'm going to react to you. And I'm not even going to ask you for nothing. Other guys, when they, like you or like any of the guys that I've already featured on the channel, they come to me like, oh, you want to react? Fuck yeah. Or what does it take to get a reaction? You know what I mean? Well, you've already got one. And I already fuck with you. So it doesn't take anything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You could show your support. You could cop some merch. You could drop a small donation. It's completely up to you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but we're going to get to a point where it's beneficial to come and say, yo, how do I get on the channel?
Exactly. Yeah. Then you look back when this time was now, and you'd be like, holy shit, you're going to post this part on the internet. Remember these fucking days? Shit like that.
Yeah, part of that post is going to be like, we never faltered.
Yeah.
We never backslid. We never backpedaled on our mission. You know what I'm saying? We never changed up.
Yeah.
So
pioneers, man. Pioneers.
Oh yeah. But enough about me and what I do. It was supposed to be about me, and half of it was.
That's what this whole point was. Like, I'm gonna interview him.
Yeah, Saint kind of flipped his around on me too. Like, what's your favorite music? Like, what do you like? And I'm just like, bruh, like, I like. There's this word, man. It's called music, and I love that word. Yeah. I love that word. Whenever music plays, dude, I get excited. Something happens inside of me. It doesn't matter if the song is fucking trash or if you think it's trash. Like, whenever music plays, it provokes some type of energy or some type of emotion out of me, and I love that. That's why I listen to music.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it's like I told Stu, like even back in the day, like before I knew I was like really pushing music, like I would go and buy mixtapes. I was constantly at the local record store buying mixtapes. They didn't have artist names on them. They were clear red mixtapes. They have artist names on them. You didn't know who you were listening to until you heard the song, and then you heard people shouting each other out and stuff like that. And like, I'd have boxes of mixtapes, bro. And one box was like all dudes from Syracuse and Rochester and Buffalo. And I would show people this music. I'd let people listen to this music, and they'd be like, yo, who's this? And I'd be like, why are you sleeping on your own? Why are you sleeping on your own city, bro? Like, these are people from here, bro. You've never even heard of them. You know what I'm saying? And people go and buy those mixtapes. So like, from a real young age, before I knew I was even doing it, I was promoting music, bro. Yeah. It's just something I think I was meant to do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the most important aspect of life to me, because it's literally decided life or death for me a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? It's got me out of some really dark times, and I've resonated to some of the really dark with some of the really dark shit. So it's like, when an artist like is sharing experiences and I can relate to that, it makes me feel like I know that person. You know what I'm saying? Or like he's talking like to me or about me. You know what I'm saying? And it's just the feelings that you get from it is just, it's indescribable, really. I can't really describe it, but like I said, every song, every type of music, doesn't matter if it's country, it could be opera, it could be like Dimash, like that dude. Like, I'm in love with that dude. I don't think there's another male vocalist like him anywhere, dude. You know,
that dolphin whistle shit blew my mind. I mean, I can't explain to you. I was like, yeah. So we watched your reaction video at dinner time one night, and then I was like, and then at that part when the guy's like, oh, I was like, holy shit, because it sounded like a freaking dolphin. You know what I'm saying? But the way he did it, it was insane.
Yeah, and he
I mean,
holds it.
Yeah.
It's like something almost impossible for anyone to do, and you can almost not even hear it. It's like a dog. He does do the dog whistle. He has a dog whistle, and you can't hear it.
Is it called a dog whistle or a dolphin whistle?
I think it's the D8.
D8.
D8 is the dolphin whistle. One higher than that is a dog whistle. You can't hear it.
That shit was crazy, man. And then when he takes the mic and he goes, the deep voice shit, and it's just like I said,
dude, he's a rock star.
When you watch it, it's that feeling you get in the bottom of your stomach. You're like, oh shit, what's that feeling?
You see me? I was blown the fuck out. I was like, oh shit, he almost blew me out of my fucking chair.
But see, that's what's funny too, man. And what's funny about social media as well is you'll come across people like that. You know what I mean? And then you'll interact with their fans too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's crazy how stuff like that works. When you connect like that.
If you look at the comment section on any one of those,
it's wild, man.
Ridiculous. Yeah. The insight on the man's life, his career, like everything. It's just. This whole journey is every day I'm blown away by something else, man. You know what I'm saying? Like this whole journey has just been mind blowing, to say the least.
I agree. Yeah. How about this? Was it 2 hours 46 minutes, and an hour ago we were like, all right, we can wrap this shit up now.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
Real man, let's do it again. Let's keep going.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I enjoy the conversation. I enjoy it when you take the time and like I'm just like in your inbox and it's like just a back and forth thing for a few hours. It's like, dude, you literally take the time to like make me feel like, somebody genuinely gives a shit. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's why that one day when we were talking about the writing thing and, whatever, you were like, am I like a boss to you? I'm like, no. You're like you're fam to me now, dude. Like, no, you're like a brother, and that's why I can come to you with these things and talk to you like, you know what I mean? Like other people on social media just ain't gonna hit up the dude I've never seen your face before that. Like other people on social media, they're not gonna hit up the dude they've never seen before with those kind of issues. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and you've helped me like, oh my God, dude, you don't even understand how much you've helped me like get out of my head and like realize that like things that happen throughout this whole thing have to happen. If they don't, then like you're really not moving, you're not growing, you're not learning. You know what I mean? So you just accept some negativity, accept some, accept the positivity, accept it all in the same type of way. And if you're not like just embracing it all, like you're not learning, you're not growing as a person. And that's
we were talking about yin and the yang. It's all 50% good, 50% bad. You
exactly.
Float inside that little line in the middle to find the balance.
I try to do that, and I still. I mean, I have a hard time with it. Like sometimes I get to react into negativity, like especially on Twitter. Like I don't know why, but some post will catch my eye and I'll just troll it, and then it never works out good for me, and I don't know why I do it, but there's been a couple days where I've lost 1,000 followers, and then and then a few days later it's right back up. So it's like, I don't know, man. It's a roller coaster ride, but it's a fun one. You know what I'm saying? And now that I know, like, I understand that part, like, you have to kind of, like, balance, like, the good and the evil sides of it. You know what I'm saying? There's a good and evil and everything. And that if there isn't a balance, like, it could either all become evil but it's 9 times out of 10 not all going to become good.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I just try to embrace it all. And, like, even, like, recently, another guy dropped a diss track on me, and I didn't even really – I mean, I responded to it in a reaction because I reacted to it. And, like, I didn't really trash the dude for it or not. And I didn't really say anything, too negative towards him, but you know, there was a point where he said something about my mom, and you know, I had to use, like, if it was if I was making a diss track, I'd have been like, you know, that would have been the bar, that would have been like the main diss. It was like, I get to call my mom at the end of the day. I get to call her and tell her I love her. You know what I mean? You're over here, you want to say something about my mom, knowing that I know you don't have one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of looked at the camera. I was like, I'm going to call my mom after this is over and tell her I love her. That was like, yeah, that, and I know that fucking hit. Like, dude, don't think like, all right, I can, and I still promote the dude. Like, I talk about him all the time. I tell people he's talented. You know what I mean? But like, don't make a diss track on somebody if you're not prepared for what's gonna come back, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That was the problem when we were. I used to go battle rap every night at every Wednesday back in the day in the city. Got this club called Cherry Red. Okay. And, you know, it was, man, I used to almost get in fights on stage like every week, you know what I mean? Because some of the stuff, because you get up in people's grills, man, just like screaming, you know what I mean? Just saying all types of horrible stuff. And I remember some dude said something to me. He said, he's like, kick this whip bit. Some white boy will never get discovered. And then call me a Visa card or some shit. Like, the way he said it, he said something about this white kid that the establishment will never uncover, that he'll never get. He's like a credit card, never get discovered. I don't remember. It was like 15 years ago, but it ate my shit up, and I was pissed. You know what I mean? Because it's not always the steroids behind the line that the rappers got. It's the energy from the crowd. So you know what I mean? Everybody's like, oh, and you just feel embarrassed because you feel like you guys had your soul ripped out from you. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, now you want to rip his throat out.
Yeah, this guy lit me up, man. Like, and you know, I just felt embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? And then, but he was also off my grill, spitting in my face, and I was just like, "Yeah, you won, man." I was like, "Man, fuck this shit!" Pushed his ass away, and the guy's like, "Boo, boo!" You know, he's booing me, and I had to get the hell out of there. You know.
Oh,
I came back next week and was strong and got to the semifinals. You know, but the dude wasn't there. You know?
Yeah, he might have had some new bars for you, man. He might have.
I forgot his name, man. He was with Moleman. If you don't know if you ever heard of Moleman, it's like the underground group of people got their name, man. But I know it's called Moleman. They call him Moleman.
I don't think I've ever heard of him.
Yeah.
If they're not on YouTube, probably not. Like, you know what I mean. If they are, then I'll have to check them out.
Like, you know, Atmosphere and those guys. You heard of those guys before? Atmosphere.
Yeah, Atmosphere. Yeah.
Guys who rap like that, like a lot of spherical, backpacking, miracles. I'm making miracles happen, sphericals, it's shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's I like that kind of shit, but I mean, I just was never any good at it, you know. Right. But there's a lot of that when I was growing up. Those guys are like the supreme battle rappers, those backpackers we used to call them, you know.
Yeah. Yep.
But
Roman said, hey, people, you know anybody that is looking for songwriters? I can write a song to any genre. I just can't perform any genre. He can write to anything, too. Man's a poet. You know what I mean? He's been writing. I've been writing since, I think, 4th or 5th grade when I first, like, learned how to write a poem. Like, I've been writing that long. He's been writing around the same amount of time. I mean, I'm a little older than him, but, like, that's when he started writing, when he was in grade school. So he listens to a lot of music too. He just doesn't listen to hip hop. You know, he checks out your shit. He likes your shit too, man. He's always there with his comments.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, for sure.
And a lot of times I don't even let you know, but like I play your songs a lot in the lives. Not every live, but I do play them a lot.
Yeah, those are magical moments, dude. I'll never be able to completely express how I feel about those times. You know what I'm saying? Every time I see a reaction. You know?
Response, man. I love your response to Forever Levels, man.
Yeah, because it's true. I mean, like I said, there's no better feeling when someone listens to your shit and it's on camera. You know, I mean, I just can't really explain that. So when I see a lot of these videos that don't have the views that, you know, that they should have, I'm just like, shit, man. I'm like, you know, this guy basically just made a music video for your shit, push it out there and get it to 100. You know what I'm saying? At least get it to 100. And it doesn't take that much, you know.
I've been struggling to get some videos to, you know, get over like 50 views.
But
No,
that's
like
not,
the
but that's
average
not.
views are like 30 to 40.
Yeah, when you make a video for me, I'm like, I feel like shit if I don't get it to over 100 views. You know what I mean? And you know, you got to do.
The reason for that, you're pushing it because I remember
No,
you
it's
said
because also it's good for everybody. It makes me look good, makes you look good, and you, like I said, it's like those things to me are, you
well,
know,
I'm not know how you're doing it because like I don't see a lot of tweets. It's not like, you know what I mean. I'll see one tweet, you know, and you'll have your little comment on there, and I'll see the interactions, but it doesn't translate to the views that your shit gets.
oh man, that one with D Street there, they had like 40, 50 likes and 40 retweets. I mean, that's like 40, 50 people that possibly went and clicked on that link. I have no idea if people clicked on his link or not.
I mean, before not to interact with those posts, so I don't.
What happened?
Whenever you told me before, whenever you retweet or you tweet something about me, not to interact with the posts.
Oh yeah, those are on the promo days, the ones that are on the link drop thing. Yeah, so like yeah, because then what happens is that when you do those link drops, and if I'm promoting your video, right?
Yeah.
When it gets to a certain amount of stuff, Twitter will start blocking you from being able to go and look inside the tweet. So if you have a tweet that has over 300 replies, okay, you're not going to be able to see all those replies anymore. So there's still tweets you can go to, and when you click the little thing where it takes you to the messages, you can't see shit.
I
So
see.
basically, someone says they went and liked your video, and you don't get that notification.
So if I were to be responding to every comment on one of the things, it just makes the comments build up to a point where a lot of the new ones will get buried.
On Twitter, yeah. But not on YouTube. Like I said, in my opinion, you know, I also comment on all the comments on the videos that you do with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I try to do you know, I'll push it for like 3-4 days. You know what I mean? I send this stuff to my family, my friends. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's going to more than other places. But some people don't like it, or they don't have a YouTube account, but it's watched. You know.
As I know, like a couple of your videos had over 100 views in a few hours, and I'm just like, what the fuck just happened? Like, this doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, well, I mean, I push it hard. You know what I mean? They got all those rooms we're in. They each have over 50 people in each single. You know, everyone has 5 rooms, 5 LG2 hubs, and so
yeah, I get to be in one of them because nobody likes.
But I believe, man, that when it goes out there, I think a lot more people watch than they actually interact. You see what I'm saying? Right. That's why the impressions on your tweets, right? So an impression is basically someone who saw your content but didn't interact with it. So you know, I believe that there's a bunch of people that click those tweets and watch the video on Twitter. You know what I mean? And don't go anywhere else but Twitter, and they just ignore it after that. You know what I mean? Right. They might watch it for 1 second or 30 seconds for all I know. But you know what I mean? But I send that shit out to at least 15 family members. You know, my kids watch it on their on their accounts. My wife watches it. So I mean, in reality, man, if you can't stack up 50 views just by yourself, then what's the point? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, I can guarantee 50 views on every video that I'm a part of. You know, that's because I have 50 bodies that I know that I can send it to. You know, so I mean, you know, all those people in those rooms, you know, they'll all go listen, they'll comment. So at least, you know, 30 to 40 people will comment on it. You know, maybe 20, you know, but, you know, these are people that I interact with and would do the same for them as well, you know.
True Words videos do work on their own. Like the Dimash reactions, obviously, those do work on their own. I don't have to do anything with those. Like, all I got to do is write Dimash in the title and
the hashtag Dimash, right?
No, you don't even have to. I guess if you hashtag it, there's a way. I don't know if you got to be a partner or not, but you ever see on the title of a video the small hashtags above the title?
Yeah.
Like I haven't figured out how to put them in yet, so I feel like you got to be a partner to be able to put those in. So if you hashtag the title of the video, those words aren't going to come up in the search, but once you get the option to add those other hashtags, and I think it's 2 because a lot of times the videos that have those have 2. When you put those hashtags in, those hashtags are searchable through the algorithm. So if somebody searches that word in the search bar, obviously anything that's hashtagged with those little ones will come up. Because a viewer told me they couldn't find that they accidentally found the video and they were punching in Dimash. And they think that because I hashtagged it Dimash, I had the hashtag on his name, that's why it wasn't coming up in the search. I took the hashtag off the title and just wrote Dimash, and it got 1,000 views in like 24 hours.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. That's what I was when I saw that. I was like, how the hell that happened? I went and clicked on. Well, the hashtag was still there, and then I had no idea that that YouTube does the same thing as Twitter, kind of keeps a repository of hashtags.
You can click it. You'll click it. It'll take you to anything that Dimash that has Dimash.
I had no idea about that till about 2 weeks ago. And I was like, oh, shit.
It doesn't add those type of hashtags into its algorithm, so they don't come up in the search. But if you just write the title, say it has Eminem in the title, but no hashtag. If you search Eminem, like my video will come up in there, especially if it's ranked. You know what I'm saying? Like if YouTube started to rank it up because it got a lot of likes and it's got a lot of comments, that helps out the algorithm. I try to tell people that all the time, especially people that support the channel hardcore but don't always comment. It's like, bro, your comment it means so much, dude, like to help boost the video in the algorithm. It helps the video get ranked, so when somebody does search one of those words that's in the title, it'll be one of the first videos that comes up. You know what I'm saying? If it's in the bottom of a list, like people aren't scrolling for an hour to find you know what I mean? And they're probably not even looking for a reaction, but if they see that in the top of a list and they say, oh, reaction, I'm gonna let me check that out. You know what I mean?
And see, what's funny about a lot of this stuff too, also like you were saying, I was saying with my videos and how I make them work for themselves. And basically it's like this, man. So I don't even know who my fans are. I know I got fans, right? But in reality, you're probably never going to know if someone's really a fan, and unless you're mainstream. You see what I'm saying? Right. And then, but I'm telling you right now, like the supporters that I got, I look at, like you just said, these people, we all help each other boost this algorithm. And it's not to me, it's some kind of phony thing that's happening. It's a real thing because it's based on, how do you say it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to succeed kind of shit. You see what I'm saying? So, and I don't think that you're crap. So I want to help you boost. I want to help this thing go as far as it can go. You see what I'm saying? So it's like when I see someone who's trying really hard out there and they got like one tweet, one retweet, and there's a hashtag on it, I want to help them out. You know what I mean? And so, to me, like I said, I think, all LG2 tweets should have more than 5 likes and 5 retweets on them. You know what I'm saying? I think all your videos that have someone that has a decent following should have 75 to 100 views with at least 20 comments. You know what I mean? And sometimes what takes extra so to me, if I had shared a video that had 0 comments and I said, can you guys help me out? Listen to this for a second. Let me know what you think, or drop a comment, please. And I think that if there's 5 comments, there's going to be someone that's going to come around one time out of nowhere and drop a comment because they saw that people interacted with the post. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I'll respond to all the comments, and then you respond as well too. And I think that all helps boost the number. I think, whether we know it or not, or if we even have an idea on how these algorithms really work, or if we're even in control in the slightest bit, I have no idea. But I truly think when I push the video or I push any kind of song in a proper way and it gets the clicks, I think that it helps the video get, 20 views that weren't asked for. You see what I'm saying? Exactly. Or 20 views that came because someone saw other people were talking about it, Right. So I think that's so for me, I'm not really looking for fans.
In that way, we create our own algorithm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I'm not really looking for fans. I'm looking for people that want to be my friend and help each other grow. I guess what you could say, looking for teammates, like a soccer team. Like we're in a football team or basketball team.
The fans will come over time, but in order to get your stuff in front of potential fans, you have to have people that are willing to share your shit.
Yeah. Like we used to give out free CDs at the Congress Theater. Yeah, once a month we'd sell them for this crew that I was working with, and we would just give them away. But if it was just one dude, we could only cover half a block. But he would have us. He'd pay us like $15, and we'd go cover 4 city blocks, and we would spread his shit everywhere. You see what I'm saying? And he just gave me $15. You know what I'm saying? And we went and Gene and Jews and ate afterwards. You see what I'm saying? And that was enough. You know what I mean? But we just duplicate thousands of CDs and just hand them everywhere, and everybody knew them around the city. You know what I mean? And so I'm not gonna say any names because those were fucking long times ago. I don't want to talk about those days, but you know what I'm saying? It's just that stuff like that is just where I always thought it all came from. Like so another big point too. When I ran restaurants, I always, before I became the manager, I picked the phone up because I knew the sale was on the phone, right? I mean, my biggest problem when I was running these stores when I became the boss was hiring people that were going to go run to that damn phone, pick it up, and make the sale. You see what I'm saying? Right. And that's what this is really all about. You're going to run to that opportunity and make that sale. You know what I mean? And you're going to have a staff of like 100 people, and 30 to 40 of those people are going to be really, really, really down. You know what I mean? And they're going to go hit that shit every time. And then you're going to have another side that's not as aggressive, And so this is, like I said, it's all relative. And anywhere you go, you're going to have these situations, social media, be it business, whatever. There's those go-getter types of individuals, and, you'll line up with them. And then there's also people that just do it how they do it. And so you learn to work with all of it and keep that happy place, and then things stay good.
What I'm saying? This dude. That's my new nickname for him. A Rob, fuck Bot B. We got Pop P. That's his Twitter. That's his Twitter handle, bro. Pop P. At Pop P on Twitter. So like it almost sounds like pot to piss in. Like I don't like my parents used to say we don't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. But then like when you make it, you finally got a pot to piss in.
Yeah.
That's
crazy.
Same quote. I'm still in the business of making music for me, but I would be lying if I said I'm not surprised by the love I received. That shit really does feel good. I know it does, dude. I know it does. Yeah. Well, me and Roman, we don't talk every single day, but like we talk a lot. We're in constant communication. There's always a line of communication open with me and Roman. And he just hit me up like one day last week and he goes, "Bro, did you share my last video?" And I go, "No, dude. Just my reaction to it." And he was like, "Dude, that thing's doing work." And it's got like how many views this got now? It's got like 600 or something views. And that's just that's like insane. And then he's got so many people that have subbed from it, and they're commenting on his stuff, talking about how fire it is and shit like that. And I know damn well that gives my man a little bit of that inspiration that he needs to keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? Because I know there's some days where it's just like it feels like you drop a song, like nobody's fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, what did I do wrong? Like, or did people stop fucking with me, or what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? So I get it, man. Like when people are showing that love, man, it definitely does feel good. And that's why I interact with every comment. I might not comment or I might not reply to every comment on YouTube, but I'll heart every single comment to let that person know I read it and I appreciate them.
Yeah. Yeah, Roman does pretty good on YouTube, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, he does. He's got like he's been gaining subs daily for like the past month. He's over 600 subs, so he's on the move, man.
So is there any similarities between YouTube and Twitter? Like, there's no DM kind of option over here?
There used to be. We used to be able to message each other. If you were a YouTube partner, you'd have that option. Now there's just a community tab where like once you have 1,000 subscribers, your community tab opens and you can make posts like Twitter. So like I can post like a picture or something or I could, tag other YouTube channels in the post, and then like it'll show up in my followers' home feeds.
Oh, that's
right.
Great.
Yeah. So, like I've messed around with it a couple times. One post, I don't know why. Like I posted something in my community tab. A whole bunch of people, you know what I mean, tapped it and stuff. But we used to have the option where we could probably message each other, but YouTube changed that shit. YouTube's changed a lot of policies.
Yeah.
They just want to really make it harder for us to network with each other, and they're only really about the channels that have over 100,000 subs. Those are the creators that they cater to. So, you know what I mean? If somebody like Mr. Beast says the message option is pointless, they'll take it away. You know what I mean? And I don't understand that shit. They should cater to every single person that creates on YouTube. You know what I mean? But
Doggy
I mean,
dog.
yeah, you can't make everyone happy. I get that too, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Bro, I hate my old shit. Rob knows.
I play one of his older songs, like my favorite song by him. I play it in every single live, and he gets bent every time I play it.
Yeah.
And it's a good song. Everyone likes it. He just don't like it. But yeah, well, it's about that time. Nature's calling. And
same here, man.
It's been calling for about an hour. It's just getting a lot worse. So, you know, we'll have to wrap
this. Fucking dope, bro. I appreciate this, man. It's good stuff, man.
Definitely, dude. I was excited about it. Like, I'm like, yes, dude. Like, I'm glad this is, you know, come to fruition. Because like I said, it's been a long time coming. It's just like, I don't know how to, like you say, you don't know how to reach out to, you don't like reaching out to people, or you don't know how to reach out to people. Like, I don't want to just like show up in people's inboxes and be like, hey, you want to do an interview with me? But you know what I mean? I feel like if you like, if you like it, you like the style, and you got something you want to say, and like you want people to hear it, like reach out to me, man, and ask me how we do it. You know, sure. Well, and we'll get right on there. I mean, I can only do it on the weekends, but we'll get right on it.
Yeah,
you know, shit. LG2, baby, let's get the word out. Check the description for the links.
Yeah.
Check the description for people's links, man. His SoundCloud, his Spotify, Twitter, and Insta is in there. The LG2 website, the blog site.
And we got Wikipedia too now. Wikipedia, we made Wikipedia.
Oh shit! I'm gonna have to get the wiki link.
I'm just playing.
I was about to say, man, shit. If there is, I won't get the.
Oh shit! Wikipedia.
But yeah, check out the blogs, man. There's just a lot of dope blogs in there. There's a lot of artists that I've written about on there. There's just a lot of LG2 artists, a lot of the guys that are on the channel. So the blog is really dope. No Rivals clothing, they just dropped their winter collection. The winter lookbook link is in there, as well as the whole shop. So, you know, check out what they're doing, man. They got some drip, and I can't wait to show y'all the custom drip I got coming, bro. It's so dope. I've spent a lot of money with these guys so far, but you know, it's all worth it. I love Jalen and what he's doing for artists. So if I can help the cause by dropping a little coin and, you know, picking up some drip, yeah, I'm cool with that. So yeah, look at all those, man. There's a couple of Twitter handles for some other LG2 accounts that are, you know, actively retweeting stuff like that. So if you want to reach out, also. My Twitter, Insta, Gmail, the donation link, the merch link, if you want to show any type of love, man. You know, even if you decided to drop $1, man, you know, you don't know how much that means to me. So but yo, cop a freshie, you know, hoodie or t-shirt. Matter of fact, Justin's wearing his It's a rap drip right now, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, but man, it's been real. I appreciate everybody pulling up for this, man. At one point,
the outro with you, man.
At one point, there was like 10 or 11 people in the chat, so that was pretty dope, man. But y'all know what time it is. Until the next one, it's a wrap.
How you doing? It's a wrap, yo.
It's a wrap, yo.
Peace.
All right, so y'all be easy, man. Have a blessed one.
Shit. That was disappearing.